Hey guys, thank you for being with us here. Just give me a moment. I'll be right back with you guys, okay? But we'll let the viewership build up here. I'll be with you guys here in just a moment. Alrighty, guys. You guys just joining us here. Make sure you go ahead and smack that QR code on the screen there. Go ahead and enter to win a couple ink sets, or 8 ink set, I should say. 3 of you guys will win a set of inks for your Omni UV printer. You do not have to necessarily make a purchase to be entered. However, obviously, if you want use for them, definitely got to enter there. So definitely make sure you guys do scan that QR code there. If you are on a mobile device, again, if you are on a mobile device, definitely make sure that you do take a screenshot of that. And then you can go into your Photos app, and then you can actually or emulate that QR code as well to open up that link. Reposition microphone here. Alrighty. Let me take a quick gander in the commentary here, see if you have any questions initially pop up. Let's see here. Alrighty, so let's see here. We're gonna go back up to the top here. So, yes, we are demoing the dual UV again tonight. We did this last night with you guys, and we are doing this again here this evening. Right now, I have a project running on there that's kind of been a little bit of a center of controversy since last Wednesday, where they had shown on the official live for the launch. There was a fully wrapped soda can, pop can, or whatever your guys' sector of the nation calls it. And for the life of me, and for the life of a lot of people, nobody could figure out exactly how did they chuck that thing. So in some playing around today, definitely did it. And currently running my version of a full wrap of xTool on there. Some really cool features, actually. So it's been kind of bumping back and forth here to get that wrapped up. But that should be done here relatively momentarily. I'm actually kind of excited for that one. I'm not going to lie. So the great debate, guys. Let's get it in the comments. Coke or Pepsi, what do you think? Drop it in there. Let's see them. Hey, from PA. Hello, how are you? Good to have you guys. Good to have you guys. Let's see, Tom from Florida. Sometimes we lose power from the hurricanes. Will be a good power backup for 2 machines for the maintenance cycles. Definitely an APC of some sort, whether something that you get, third party or through Jackery as well. Jackery is good. APCs to the automated power centers, those are good. I'm sure that there's a whole realm of stuff that people could recommend for sure, but definitely worth having. Let's see. Hello from Kentucky. Hello. Let's see. Question: foil effect and hot laminator or cold laminator requires exclusively a cheese in the LM1 laminator to be integrated fully for the Omni, you are going to be wanting to be using the xTool specific accessories. All right, Arlene, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Checking in a little early from North Carolina. Hello, how are you? Panhandle, Florida. Oh, we got Australia. Awesome. Look at that. All right. Hold on, for some reason, a lot of your guys' comments are showing doubled here. Just keep scrolling on down. Scrolling on down. Dayton, Ohio. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yep, I'm sorry. No, it's not beer. Coke or Pepsi, one of the two. Take your guys' guesses. Again, this is the great debate. Super excited for this one here. I'll let the cat out of the bag here momentarily. If you guys are poking around on the official group earlier, or on some of the other pages, you may have seen that I had posted a picture of this one. It was just completely wrapped black. So definitely covers it up really good. And that's only single layer, guys. Like, that's not even anything crazy there. So, okay, Houston, Michigan. It's Dr. Pepper. Nope, ain't no Dr. Pepper. Water. I mean, yeah, there are canned waters out there, guys. All right, let's see. Platform come with. Does the machine come with both platforms? Yes, you will get the 13 inch wide by 16.5 platform in addition to the 13-inch by 5-inch. 5-inch platform as well. And that will be in the machine in the standalone. The rotary is an add-on, so of course you have the rotary bundle. And then you do have the versatile bundle, which will give you the roll feeder and the laminator as well. Make sure you guys are smacking that QR code there on the screen. If you're on a mobile device, take a screen cap of it, open your Photos app, press and hold on it, Emily out the link for you. Jason Jones, Pittsburgh, what up? Where would it be best to request a feature for the Omni, specifically smart masking? Hannah, let me know what feature you're looking for. Okay, Canada, hello, hello, awesome. We are looking for a laser bed sheet for xTool M2, but it wasn't there on your store. Probably going to be something third party there. Let's see. Sandcraft, the YouTuber, posted today he printed on a cornhole bag, made a duck canvas. It was slightly uneven, and he used flexible ink on an O1 Dual. It was cool. I was planning on playing around with some just natural canvas here just to see kind of what adhesion and stuff looks like. We haven't done it yet, but definitely that sounds a little bit promising. Again, now it's not going to be the replacement for the DT for sure. Original strength Coke. All right, one of the videos shows a liner between the product and the platen for the overspray. Does that come with it? Those will be the mats that are on these actual boards here, guys. These mats, they are replaceable as well. That takes care of, one, kind of has a adhesive layer of some sort to kind of hold your projects down, but two, also takes care of any of your overspray and stuff. If you're using the smart masking, though, which is like insanely accurate, overspray should be very minimal to none. What webinar will the 3 winners win? Well, you're not winning a webinar. You're winning a set of the UV inks for the Omni. Let's see here. Missouri, Detroit, awesome. Let's see here. Canada, Homestead, Florida, Ohio. Hey, Ohio, pal, you're close. Can this print line art without doing the whole background as white? Yes, absolutely, depending upon what you're working with. What can't the Omni Single do? Well, the Omni Single does not have dedicated flexible white, rigid white, or the fluorescent ink channels. And also, it would be a slower print speed, guys. Okay, Hannah, I would love if when using smart masking and sliding the image over to it to center align the image, the smart mask contour versus just sliding over and visually centering. Playing around with it, there has been a couple times that I have had it snap too. Again, I'm on a test version of Studio, so not all the features are all set, done, and active yet. Have we done any glass? If so, has there been any adhesion issues? Great question. We did. We have done glass, and actually, specifically, we did a whiskey bottle today, and this actually was kind of really cool how this happened. So I had a nice graphic set for it. The graphic that's on there, I'll pull it up to the camera here shortly for you guys. But I had a nice graphic set for it, and I didn't realize that there was a lot of transparent pixels in the artwork, so it was kind of like really kind of discouraging at first because I was getting like a lot of like what appeared to be like white overspray, even though it really wasn't. It just turned out to be transparent pixels. Um, and so I ended up, kind of shifting gears and laid down this. And this was totally experimental. Laid down this entire just block of just black on the back of it, and this is on a larger Jack Daniels bottle, guys, which was kind of pushing the weight limits of the bed a little bit. So full transparency, 6.6 pounds. That's your max weight that you can put on this bed in this machine. So 6.6 pounds. Be a total of 3 kilogram for the metric folk. And so had that on there, laid down a nice, beautiful black block, kind of covered up, what was my little mistake. So you would never know, right? And I was like, okay, hey, let's kind of play around. So what we did was lay down that black block. Then I took the image and I had done some work to it to do some texture rays, but it was done ghosted. So it was done in like a black. So what I did was I had purposely built the multiple layers just to kind of bring that texture up a little bit. And then I went ahead and I actually ended up capping it with a couple layers of fluorescent red, and it just gave this really, really, really cool finish on it. So basically, kind of show you guys right here. Yep, there we go. So show you guys right here. So, again, nice, beautiful black block. And definitely did some kind of like almost, I guess, like a mock texture. It's like I didn't use the actual like texture feature in studio for this. I just actually just built up multiple layers to make this happen. So kind of built this up all in black here on top of this black, and then turned around and then I capped it with multiple layers of the fluorescent red. Okay, so it just gave this really nice kind of like, like brownish kind of coloring to it. But if you look in there, I mean, you can really see that texture, right? Like really nice build up there. Okay. Here's the cool part though. So, there was a lot of questions asking about, kind of cheating out colors with the fluorescence here. And I can tell you very happily, we did it. This is very bright orange, guys. Totally, totally, totally cheated it. And got a very bright orange on there. Very beautiful orange. Really nice texturing on there. So, yeah, just definitely something very much capable. So, a lot of experimenting. I definitely wrote down how that happened. Um, Super exciting for sure. So, really cool stuff there. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments on that. Type of project there. Complete accident turned into something absolutely beautiful, guys. Was not expecting that whatsoever. So that has been on glass. All right, we are demoing the dual UV here. This is the dual UV variant. Prices rise. So to my knowledge, pre-orders, or not the pre-orders, the launch pricing is good. I do believe either through the end of this week or mid next week. I'm sure that xTool will officially let that be known at some point. What kind of product are you going to see? You're going to see all kinds of stuff here. We'll be pulling some more stuff here closer to the camera. I'm just letting you guys kind of see the machine in action right now with the OR1 rotary on there. It's a smart rotary tool designed specifically for the Omni. Thoughts on coins? Really excited to do them. I'm definitely kind of excited myself. I haven't had the opportunity to trial that yet. I've been working through a whole bunch of other different things here, just kind of doing a lot of trial and error things along the way, just kind of figuring out, everything this machine is capable of. I have not been disappointed yet, to be wholly honest with you guys. What does that mean with the flexible white ink and UV? Doesn't have its own channels. Can you clarify for me? Any problem UV printing on a glass board that has a base? Well, it depends. Depends on if the base is, say, offset towards like the front of it, and you'd be printing on like the back side of it. I mean, you do need a flat surface So if it's something that you can, either, accommodate with some form of a fixture to properly secure it in the machine there, and or if you have a removable base, stuff like that, that would be the most ideal situation. We did print a wallet on offset yesterday. It was about an 1/8 inch kind of cant on it, and it actually was very successful. Did accommodate for it. No, we have not done UV stickers. We don't have the roll feeder laminator yet. Power recovery, do I need a UPS? Well, I mean, to be fair, if the machine does, lose power right now, wherever it is, it's obviously going to stop. As far as recovery goes, great question. I am not aware or have tested whether or not if you'd be able to pick up right in the spot where you had left off. Backup, battery backup, and the universal power supplies are definitely the way to go, guys. You got to have them. Let's see. When doing hat patches, it will be flexible, but only the white is flexible. What happens to the other colors? Are they going to crack? So typically hat patches, no matter which way that you do it on there, as soon as you press it onto a hat, you really shouldn't be flexing them that much. They really won't move that much. I mean, I could tell you this particular patch here, this was done on another machine, but I mean, this has been flexed around every which way possible. And I know that there are rigid inks involved here. It has not cracked or anything like that, guys. So should be no problem. We did do a twin to it yesterday, which is right here. Happily we'll flex it, squeeze it, manipulate it, all that stuff. No problem. Come up to the camera here after doing all that and show you guys. There's no issue. So no cracks, no problems. So I venture to say it'd be perfectly fine. Yes, it does have its own flexible ink channel. That is correct. We'd love to see something on plastic. But we have some acrylic that's been done. That's about the closest to plastic that I can tell you right now. I may play with a plastic water bottle from Yeti here a little later on the live. Possibly. We'll see. We'll see how everything kind of plays out here. How much ink was used for the alcohol bottle? That's a great question. I took a picture of it earlier, actually, because I was astounded by the pricing, which I did build it into the matrix here, guys. So, to answer your guys' question, the official total on the whiskey bottle was 12.48 cents. 12.48 cents was what we came up to. And that shows you your ink usages for exactly what I did there. So it did really good, actually. Very, very, very surprised with that. Yeah, it's definitely dope. Awesome. Yep. Do the fluorescent colors only show up with the black light? The way that is set, yes. Now, I will say that, if you lay down a little bit too many in the way of layers, you could definitely start changing and altering colors and stuff like that. Now, I will say that what I am purposely working on right now is going to look like a whole bunch of different coloring, and it's going to be super cool when it's done. And I mean, yes, we could definitely see all the fluorescents that are on there. So definitely kind of, changes and manipulates those colors a little bit, but was wholly on purpose. A lot of it really depends. It's very subjective to what you're actually working with. But I can tell you in terms of like the greens and the yellows and the reds and stuff like that, no, it really won't alter them that much. You got to be mindful when you're, laying fluorescent on top of white and, some other colors and stuff. So. No, they are not specifically glow in the dark. They are fluorescent. I see some questions kind of flying about the DT guys. I'm sure that there will be future lives coming from some of the other hosts here that they're just getting their DTs and they're doing some of their own product testing and stuff right now. So I'm sure we'll start seeing those here popping up at some point. Kadisha Allen, your comment kind of cracked me up. We don't condone day and night drinking. Drink responsibly, guys. Don't do anything stupid. Let's see. UV ink expansion set versus the essential. So the essential is, of course, going to be your guys' your regular white, your regular varnish, and your CMYK. Which is good for all three models. The expansion set specifically relates to the dual model. which is going to encompass your flexible white, your rigid white, and your 2 fluorescent channels as well. And then, of course, the DT has its own set of inks for that. Right. Yes, definitely. Super excited on the fluorescent inks. Is it worth buying the bundle? That's a great question. So based upon what your uses are, and the bundles are pretty much the same for all three of the variants there, but depending upon what your uses are, in my opinion, I think the way to do this is to do the versatile bundle, which includes everything that this machine is capable of. So you're looking at the OR1 rotary, which we have in the machine right here, right now, in addition to the roll feeder and the laminator as well. So that'll allow you to be able to do some of those, say, like longer canvas prints or the sticker runs or stuff like that. So that would be in the versatile bundle, and in my opinion, solely based upon really maximizing the capabilities of this machine, that would be the best way to go. Could a kid run this? 12 years old, does 3D printing for friends. I would say so, safely. Yeah. Adult supervision, of course, right? I mean, you got a UV light going in there. But definitely should be very easy for them to really grasp it really quickly. I've heard you should print something every day to keep ink channels optimized. Does that apply to each ink color? So this machine does have what I like to call the almost autonomous maintenance system, meaning that it still requires a human intervention, right? But basically, with the whiting circulation system, the whiting stirring system, the wet capping, and the moisturizing liquid, the machine can actually really kind of maintain itself for sure. So it is not a machine that you have to print on every single day. A lot of the same technologies and stuff that we have in the apparel printer are really implemented here and or taken even further. So definitely can take care of itself. Does have an extended vacation mode also. How long did the glass bottle take? Well, I purposely broke that up into 3 different runs just because of what I was doing with it. But in total, print time, I believe, was about 22-ish minutes on that. And that's a pretty relatively decent size graphic that's on there. But like I said, we got multiple layers of things going on there. Have I tried anything on a leather bracelet? No, I have not. Does it flex enough without cracking? I have some premium white leatherette that we did print the other day, just kind of toying around between flat print and texture rays here. Just kind of learning some of the limitations of texture rays and stuff like that. And this was done with flexible white. As you can see on the texture rays, if that'll focus here for you guys, you can see it actually really handles the texture rays very well. And this is just going with the standards that were built into the program and letting it auto process and me not actually playing around with it too much. But definitely handles that very well. In terms of flexibility, no problem at all. Nothing that I have found, maintains itself. So works really nice. Yes, I do agree with Tay. If you can run a 3D printer, this is cake. Have I tested the functionality using UV and laser? Is it easy to connect printing with the lasers or require a lot of manual fine tuning? So print and cut workflows will be a thing. There are certain machines that it definitely will be compatible with in the xTool ecosystem. What I can tell you, because I don't have it in my test version here, I can't really show it 100%. However, I did do just a manual dotting, just kind of testing and playing around with some things here last week. And really truthfully, the scan camera on the Omni, in comparison to just the bed camera on the P3, are like deadly accurate. We did a print and cut on a piece of basswood for a puzzle, which we'll probably do here tonight to show you guys where it actually was like spot on perfect. I didn't encounter any issues, no unprinted area being cut, nothing. And it was just going with the actual bounds of what the image was. I didn't even shrink it in to, guarantee it. So purposely tested it like that. So let's see here. I've never owned an xTool machine. I'm interested in the DTF and DTG features. Andrea, that's awesome. xTool is a great company, has a great ecosystem of machines out there. Lots and lots and lots of support in the user community. Great support from their standpoint also. So no matter what, depending on what your purchasing decisions and stuff are like that, you're definitely going to be in good hands for sure. Do you need experience with other xTool to use this? No, you do not. You can definitely set this up, pick it up, and literally start running with it. Honestly, I think for me, from unboxing and through the full setup into actually getting a print running after initial calibrations, I may have spent 45 minutes to an hour, guys. It's super simple, super easy. They give you nice, awesome quick start guides that really lay everything out for you. Nice pictures and stuff on there. And then from the software standpoint, when you connect into the computer and stuff, a little bit of walkthroughs there. And again, super, super simple. Orly, the DTF or DTG, so that's going to be in the UV and the DT version. That's going to give you the ability to do the direct to garment, in addition to being able to make the single one-off DTF transfers if you choose to do so. Guys, if you guys are doing any form of production printing, commercial printing, stuff like that, and or if you already own a DTF printer or a apparel printer from xTool specifically, which I hope that would be the case, in my opinion, I don't really feel that the UV and DT combo is the best combo for most people to be able to take advantage of what this machine's fully capable of. I've been telling my customers that have been asking me that, to just kind of really consider or put all considerations towards the dual UV version. If you have an apparel printer or DTF printer, you really truthfully don't need to invest in the UV and DT combo unless you choose to. Machine speeds question came in. So quite subjective depending upon looking at some of the other machines that are on the market that are out there right now. I would say from the desktop standpoint, based on my personal observations and utilizing this, that xTool's definitely, got some pretty good speed going right now. And with consistent software updates and firmware updates and improvements coming down the line, I do venture to think that would get a little bit faster for sure. Can all the machines do fluorescent ink? The answer on that is no. Just the dual UV variant. The dual UV variant only has the fluorescent ink channels. Hey, Beth, how are you? This will be my first machine. I usually source my DTF and I press. What is the software supports the printer? Is there an extra cost? Well, first off, awesome. These are absolutely great machines. Anything in the xTool ecosystem is fantastic. If you're usually outsourcing your DTF, definitely something to maybe consider looking at the apparel printer, especially if you're doing a pretty large load of it. To be able to kind of capture and bring that back in house. Honestly, they're all great machines. The software's gonna be xTool Studio. It's very user friendly, very easy to learn, and you can really hit the ground running with it very, very quickly. No extra costs. It is proprietary for xTool, but there's no extra cost for the software whatsoever. There are AI features that are built into it that they do run on a credit basis through the Atom platform. Very, very, very low cost for that stuff. And those monies that get spent for that, they typically get reinvested back into the platform just to continue improving and making things better. So, yes, very impressive on the ink usage. Make sure you guys are putting your email addresses on your QR code over here. If you're on a mobile device, take a screenshot, open up your Photos app, press and hold on it. Your phone should emulate it and open that link up for you. So, let's see here. Let's see. Question here is: will the Omni replace all that and a DTF printer? I have plus that UV, get DTV. No, it will not replace the apparel printer. It is not remotely large enough and or capable or fast enough to replace the production of the apparel printer. That really is a dedicated machine, guys. Need to get my hands on one of these. Yes, Steven, yes, you do. And you have your opportunity. You can do it right now. Go over to xtool.com. Guys, the early launch pricing that is out there, it is not going to be good forever. So if you are considering it, these are savings that are going to go away and we will not ever see them again. If history repeats itself, just like every other product launch, the launch price is the best price you will ever see. So take advantage of it now while you can. Hit that QR code first, though, for sure. Let's see. Shelf life for the inks, 1 year. Tay Chasen, I believe I'm saying that right. No, this will not replace a dedicated DTF printer. Excited to get the P3 set up, just trying to get past the stuck upgrading screen. Mary, if you haven't solved that yet, you're more than welcome to reach out to me. We'll get you pointed in the right direction so we can get you taken care of there. If you're looking for faster service, jump on the Discord, drop the ticket in, or send an email to support@xtool.com. Can you print at napkins? I feel like you could print onto paper if you choose to, like paper napkins, stuff like that. However, just keep in mind, guys, UV inks are not food safe. So what I just did on this soda can. We'll reveal it here in just a moment. But what I just did on this can here technically is not food safe. So, if you were doing something like this for your customers or something like that, you would make sure that you would want to let them know to please transfer said liquids into another container of some sort before they do actually consume. I know it looks really cool and it's like a niche thing and whatnot, but that would be what you would want to do. All right, guys, we're going to reveal this. Super cool. I'm going to bring that out and we are going to do this. So, see here. So the way that we had this in here, okay, basically we took the locating pins that come with the OR1 rotary, and we had stuck them into the end of the jaw chuck here, and we were able to actually clamp on to the top rim of the can, and then we had used our support on the end, which just slides right in to be able to adequately support this, so that we were able to get a proper support and rotation on there without having any deviation in that. So it was really, really, really simple to be able to set that up. So we would just take and support this, pinch on the end there, pull that off. Okay, the pop can is out. I'm gonna pop our rotary out here for a second. Nice magnetic connection, guys. Has alignment tabs in there. And I'm going to just stick the small tray on here for the moment, because what I want to do is I want to take and I want to put this base on here. And yes, you all can make fun of me right now if you choose to, because we did not have enough room to accommodate another xTool logo. So you'll see that there is a doubling there, okay, as it's going around. And we're going to do something super cool. So here's what we're going to do, guys, okay? We're going to take a look at this. All right. And you guys got to drop it in the comments. We got to have the engagement on this. Okay. Take a really good look at that can as it's spinning around. Coke or Pepsi product? What is it, guys? Drop it in the comments. Interactivity. That's what we like. Interactivity. Drop it in the comments. Coke or Pepsi can? What is it? While you're at it, drop it in the comments, guys. Let's go with the little ooh and ah. Look at that. We are really getting this fluorescence out, guys. Unbelievable. And I can tell you right now, that is single pass fluorescent over top of all of those prints. That is single pass. Look at that. We got the flexible, or not the flexible, sorry, I got the fluorescent reds, the fluorescent yellows. There's my double down there. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. Think about it, and you kind of think, what would your application be for the fluorescence? So super, 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 super cool. Take a screen cap of this so you show your friends too. It's cool stuff, guys. This is all stuff that you can do with the Omni in the dual variant. So really, 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 really cool. All right, go back and take a look at your guys's commentary now, because I didn't see that while that was all going on there. All right, let's see. Fun stuff. Ooh, wow. Oh, got a whole ton of comments here. Ooh. Hey guys, remember, you guys could also treat this as a Q&A also. We will definitely answer as much as we can along the way, for sure. Uh-oh, we're losing this. Oh, you guys You guys are dropping so many comments. I'm losing it. It keeps refreshing on me. All right, guys, the grand reveal. Ready? It is a Pepsi product. Now think about Pepsi products. Drop it. All right, shelf life for the ink, 1 year. Yes. How long does tumbler process normally take? Really subjective on what you're doing. If you're just putting a logo on there, or if you're running a full wrap, stuff like that. So it could be anywhere from, we'll say, 3 minutes to an hour, unless you're doing major crazy builds and fluorescence and all that mess. So let's see here. Different whites. Yes, so you have the regular white is in the machine, which is going to be of a rigid base. Then you're going to have, of course, the actual rigid white cartridge in the dual, which, is going to be, for all your rigid whites and all your texture builds and all that stuff. Then you have your flexible white cartridge in there also. Again, also for your, you can use for texture builds and, of course, flat laydowns, all that stuff, guys. It's all in your application and how you guys use it. And of course, you get your regular CMYK system. Like I said, the dual, you do pick up the flex white and the rigid white, but you also do pick up your fluorescent channels as well. So definitely some good stuff there. And then, of course, in the DT, you do have the DT specific inks as well. So I'm trying to answer all your guys' questions. I'm sorry, this keeps refreshing here, so I'm just, they're kind of sneaking by me here. So let's see here. If we bought the $50 privilege, what does that mean for us now? So if you did buy the privilege voucher, that was what had locked in your ability to, with your final purchase, you would get the batch flow jig, the 3 additional 20% off inking coupons, and the extra 3,000 credits for Atom, which is the integrated AI platform. How's the smell on this compared to a UV 3D printer? A UV 3D printer? I'm sorry, what? As far as any smells and stuff goes, guys, with any UV printing, you're working with resins and stuff like that. There is a integrated HEPA and activated carbon filter that is in there that takes care of, I would say, probably about 99% of anything that would be coming out of there, and does really well. If you are very susceptible to, say, headaches, migraines, any issues and stuff like that, or even if just the teeny tiniest little smell sets you off, you can use this machine with a AP2 effectively, and that is actually written right in the book from xTool. Someone commented to not print to next to the lip of cups. Is the ink dangerous? Yes, they are correct. UV ink is not food safe. Okay, it is not food safe. Should not come into contact with any, foods or beverages itself. So that's why I said specifically with this, while it may be niche in fashion, you would want to advise your customers, please transfer the liquids to another means before consumption. So let's see here. Just got here. This tumbler needs some pre-treatment. I've just been using 91% isopropyl alcohol, and I've been having fantastic adhesion on anything that I've been working on. To clarify on the auto maintenance, it will auto maintain itself in terms of, making sure that the print heads are clean, promoting nozzle flow, stuff like that. To essentially kind of maintain the actual print heads. Whiting circulation system and whiting stirring system are also built in there as well. Let's see, how long will this machine last? However long that you take care of it. Going back and forth on single and dual UV, primary application will be for non-flex materials used in conjunction with the P3. Thoughts on if color additions are worth the additional cost? Sarah, to be 100% honest with you, I think that the dual, in my opinion, really is the way to go. It's what maximizes the capabilities and the speeds of this machine. You also get both of the rigid white and the white ink, or the flexible white ink channels, in addition to the fluorescent channels, which, as you saw, is like super freaking cool for what we just did. Where did I set that? It's over here. Which even in, natural light, you can still light them up too. It doesn't have to be dark. I just did it that way you guys were able to actually see it. So really, really, really cool stuff there for sure. So you're going to get all that out of the dual machine. What machine is used for the print and cut? Technically, from the UV end, any of the three of them can be used for the print and cut features. In terms of the lasers itself, as of right now, we do know that the main integration is in the P3. We have seen the P2S. I do believe, and I could be wrong, but I do believe the M2 may be part of that. There's a whole list of this on xTool's website, guys. And I believe that there may be some of the F series eventually included in there. I think anything that has any of the ultra high accuracy cameras, the higher megapixel cameras, should have some of those features, ideally. Too old to do this. Thank you. Yes, definitely, guys. Smack that like button for sure. Like, love, share, everything. Let's get the awareness out there for this. One, that of course helps me. Also helps xTool. Helps get this machine out there to the market. Really show everybody what this thing is absolutely capable of. So definitely, please hit that like button. Share it for me. Share it around your guys' social media, YouTube, stuff like that. Be greatly appreciated. Ben, we are just kind of playing around and going with the flow here, buddy. We just spent some time taking care of the whole great soda can debacle. How long would discounted price run for? I put down the deposit, but still not 100% sold on the Omni O1. Well, Kent, let us know what might help you with making that decision for sure. I'd be more than happy to try to answer some of your questions along the way for you. But to my knowledge, I know I would think at least through this weekend, and/or if history repeats itself, usually 14 days from launch. So I would say next Wednesday. I'm sure that xTool will let out the official answer on that, but that has not officially been put out there yet. But if you've got questions along the way, drop it in there. We'll try and answer them for you. I do have some of my counterparts that are in here with me tonight. Obviously, this stream is very much out there. Lots of viewership. We are over multiple platforms, multiple channels, so it's hard for me to capture thousands of comments, guys. But my counterparts, if you guys are here with me, if you guys can help me along the way, it's greatly appreciated. I believe that there's rumor going around $3.99 for print heads. It's not rumor, that is fact. $3.99 for the print heads for this machine. They are a consumable item. They will have to eventually be replaced, guys. That's just like any piece of working equipment that is out there. All machines are going to be starting to ship here at the end of August, going into September. At this point, that will be starting to be shipping. They will be shipping in the order in which that final payment was received. Okay. That is the order in which they will be doing that. And then, of course, by availability, so on and so forth. Gabriella Bish, the $50 privilege voucher will give you one, of course, you have the exclusive launch pricing that is out there right now, which is still good for a little bit here. I do believe going into either the weekend or early next week. And then you'll also get the batch flow jig, and then the 320% off inking coupons, as well as 3,000 Atom credits as well. Okay. Can I still cancel my pre-order because I picked UVDT unit and change it to dual UV? Jeffrey, send an email to support@xtool.com on that. I believe that they should be able to help you out with trying to make some manipulation there. Yeah, support@xtool.com would be where you would want to contact for that. Beth, living the dream, awesome. Just want to print DTG. Should I just get DTUV? If you are going to be doing DTG or you want to do DTG with this unit, the UV and DT variant is the best way to do that for sure, guys. Can we use it for commercial purposes? We are a commercial shop, so that should answer your question for you. There's no reason why you couldn't. Just, of course, just keep in mind this is a desktop unit, okay? Of course, you could definitely run major commercial production if you're running multiple of these. It's totally entirely up to you, totally subjective to what your uses are there. But we are a full-scale business, and while we have another UV printer in the shop here, we're incredibly impressed by what this thing has been able to actually put out, and actually I'm getting another one here in the dual UV variant. So, all right, guys, we're going to move on to another project. We'll keep answering your guys' questions here along the way, so just keep dropping them there. Again, my counterparts, I really appreciate your guys' help. But yes, the official answer, guys, it was a regular Pepsi can. It is Pepsi. So don't hate me if you like Coke and Coke only, but it was a Pepsi can, and I will tell you what, probably was a really, really, really cool project. I'm sure that My wife will be very happy that I took her last can of Pepsi that was in the fridge and put a whole bunch of UV ink all over it. So I'm gonna go set this on my desk. Right. Here is what we are going to do, guys. I know there's been a lot of questions on the print and cut flows. So again, we don't have them activated yet in Studio, but we're going to go ahead and we will print to 3mm basswood plywood. And I'm going to give myself some manual dots just to kind of play with here. Okay. So I'm going to pull that tray out of there. Again, very easy to swap those out. We're going to put in our larger plate here. So this is a 13-inch wide by 16.5 long working area. Very easy to line up, snaps right in. Going to go ahead and we'll drop the piece of plywood on there that we're working with. Again, this is going to be 1/8-inch bass plywood here. And we're going to go hit a button, get it into the machine. And then let me get up xTool Studio. I'm going to take the graphic down here, guys. So go ahead, if you haven't done it yet, go ahead and scan that, take a screenshot of it, whatever you got to there. We'll get back into your guys' commentary here momentarily also. I'm going to cut that off for the moment. You guys can still keep dropping comments and all that. I just won't be able to actively look at them live here. So, all right, QR code is away. And we're going to hide your guys' comments here. And I'm going to go ahead and open up Studio for you guys. Let's do something fun here. Oop. Sharing a window. No, we're sharing this window. All right, guys, here we go. We got xTool Studio. Should have Studio up. Can't tell. 1 second. Okay, yeah, I got multiple screens going across my entire shop here, guys, monitoring this, but the one was flipped over. So, a swig of water. All right, so here's what we're going to do, right? So we went ahead, we put our piece of plywood in the machine there. We're going to go ahead and run a scan on that. Excuse me. So it's going to go ahead and do a height measurement on there to see what its working distance is going to be from the actual print heads. Very, very, very important step in this. And then we'll actually get a good scan of the surface that we're actually working with. So while we're doing that, I'm going to let that run. I'm going to grab a picture here that we can use. Let's see here. So it's currently scanning that, or will be scanning that in just a moment. A good surface scan. Let's pop up in Studio here for us. Gonna get a really cool picture. Let's see that. All right, guys, we are going to work with a picture of the Artemis launch, Artemis 2. One of the biggest American feats that happened this year. And we'll show you guys how the smart masking features and all that stuff work as well. All right, so here we are. So we have our piece of plywood there all set. So we're gonna go into smart mask here. And what it's going to do is it's actually going to run an extraction here and actually select what that object is in the bed for us. That way we know how to properly position. So it's going to analyze that image for us right now. Okay. Now, of course, we could shrink, the image down in if we want to be smaller than the bounds of the plywood, which is more than likely what I'm going to do. But I'm just showing you guys here kind of how this stuff works, right? So, we have our smart mask done. Technically, I do have my image here and is larger than that working surface that is there. So as I bring it in, okay, it will actually cut out the bounds, if you're too large. That way you're not, printing direct to your mat and stuff like that. And you can actually do this on, some other, obviously with or some other projects and stuff that you would do. Like for example, like if I had put, like a phone case in there or something like that, it would, take it, take and essentially kind of, open up all those cutouts in there as well. Now, again, like I said, we don't have the print and cut workflow actually fully activated yet. So I'm just going to give myself a couple of manual circles here that I can actually play with on my P3 for alignment purposes. Is what I did the other night. It worked really well. So just doing that. Again, this is solely for myself, guys. By the time that we are done with this project, we won't see this at all. Okay. Grab that other one that's down here. Once the print and cut workflow is actually activated, guys, it will have its own registration marks in there, which will make life a lot easier. But this is just me doing my own thing here. That way I know how to line everything up on my P3. Okay. So at the end of this, I mean, obviously this piece of plywood is going to be junk. So here's what we're going to do. So we're going to take our picture. And we're going to dictate that, we're going to let it be a flat print. For all intents and purposes for tonight, I'm just going to run one layer of white, one layer of color. Of course, you can dictate whatever you guys want there in terms of layers. If you want to add any varnishes, stuff like that. If you wanted to go in here and do spot coloring for the fluorescence and all that, you could do that. But we're just going to run one and one for interest of time here. So got that. Got my circles in there. Okay. Which I'm not even going to worry about letting that run a white backing on it because they're just going to be for alignment and cutout purposes. So we're going to come right in print here. It's going to go ahead and it's going to calculate that print time for us. So 23 minutes, 49 seconds for that particular size of a image. Remember, that also does have a full background in there. We're about on 10%-ish margin of error right now on timing, guys, so probably be closer to like 20 minutes or so. Also, to give you guys an idea of cost, like I said, I did actually do the math and build all the costs into the program here. And found out, the actual inking prices. So this right here, we're looking at a whole 20.24 cents, guys, 20 cents. 20 cents for this entire thing. We're going to end up turning this into a puzzle by the time that we're done here in the end. So we're going to go ahead and hit print, pre-processing, all set, done, ready to rock and roll. It's going to go ahead and start printing. So while that is going to be doing its thing, I'll come right back over here to you guys. And I'm going to kick this studio up over there, put that there. And we are going to let the commentary back on. And we will give you guys back the QR code to enter for the ink sets. All right, guys, here we go. Back in the chat. Okay, let's see. The cans are different today. I learned. Oh, I'm not too sure what you're going on with that one there. That was not a Coke can, guys. That was Pepsi. Psychedelic, man. Yes, that was definitely. That was really cool to do that. It was not expecting that type of outcome. I don't even know where I even set that thing. Oh, it's on my desk. That's right. All right, awesome. Keep scrolling down through here. Oh my god, got lots and lots of Coke lovers here. See, so excited for those fluorescent inks. Throwback to my 90s posters. Heck yeah. All right. It'd be awesome if they would drop alternatives to the fluorescent colors, a glow or metallic setter as a spot color. I think it'd be pretty cool. Have I done a stained glass project yet? I have elements broke down for one. I have not actually physically printed it yet, just because I've been trying to do some of this other kind of cooler stuff, but definitely will do it. I can't wait to pair it with my xTool P2. Lots of projects in mind. Yep, definitely. Can this print on stone? Yes. Okay. Someone goes, boo. Let's see. Scrolling down. Any elevator music for the dead silence? Dead silence. Yeah, I've been talking to you guys the whole time. So if you're hearing dead silence, you might want to turn your volume up there, buddy. Does it use rigid white for textured prints and the regular white for flat prints? So pretty much, depending upon whatever it is that you're commanding the machine to do. So I mean, you can toggle between the rigid white, the flex white. Of course, you got the regular white, so it goes with the CMYKs. It all depends on how you set your stuff up. You have total control over your settings and stuff in there. Can you batch tumblers without rescanning? The short answer is yes, but you must allow it to redo its height remeasurement. So when you change out a tumbler on there, when it redoes a height remeasurement, you probably only have maybe 20 seconds or so that it needs to actually just make sure that the height is appropriate in there, that there was no major positional changes and stuff. That way you don't have any collisions with your print head. Can you print on reflective surfaces like metal jewelry? Will it cause any damage to the print head? Well, with a proper surface prep, I wouldn't really see why not, but I feel like you may want to utilize maybe some masking or something for any areas that are not going to be getting printed in. That's a great question. If any of my counterparts here want to chime in on that, please do. Yeah, but I mean, reflective materials. I probably would confidently have to say no, because if the UV light reflects back, whatever it is, shining on, it's going to cure. So, either A, if it's engraved maybe and you're trying to fill in color on something and it's properly prepped, and or maybe if you could, get rid of the reflectivity and stuff like that before you print in your color and stuff, maybe with proper masking and whatnot. But I really don't think that's a very smart thing. Height and width of the printer. Well, the official answer is going to be on xTool's website, but sitting here judging and looking at it, height, you're probably right around 24 to 26 inches. Your total width, probably hovering right around, I'd confidently say 30, 32 maybe, give or take. Probably about 30, I'd say. So again, that's just me just eyeballing it visually. So I'm sure whoever Tay Chase, yep, Tay, thank you. Hey, you've been a great help, thank you. Definitely keep it up. Let's see here. How opaque is the white ink? Are you getting solid coverage with one layer? Very opaque. I would say most things that I've been doing it on, it's been pretty relatively solid coverage. I think it's going to be dependent upon the materials that you're printing to, how dark that you're trying to cover up, stuff like that. But like right now, I'm laying it down on this basswood plywood. It is very opaque. You really can't even see much of the grainage in there. So it lays down very nicely for sure. Replacement print heads included in extra insurance or not? For accidental damage purposes and stuff, yes. For normal wear and tear, no. Normal wear and tear is not covered in the care plans, guys. You do need to take care of your machines. It is your responsibility. Yes, UV white super opaque, 1 to 2 layers will be enough. Yes, so like I said, single layer laying down on this right now before that color goes down. And definitely is very opaque for sure. Can a new xTool user navigate this machine? Yes, absolutely. Really, a new xTool user can navigate almost any of the xTool machines that are in the ecosystem out there. They are all very easy to learn. Software is very easy to learn, guys. They are definitely great machines, great ecosystem to work with, and you guys have a really good user community out there for these. Up, Beth's back, thanks. Yep, answer as many questions as we possibly can. Looks like I got some people helping me out in the comments. I'm greatly appreciate it, guys. I mean, there's lots and lots and lots of commentary going on out there. But you guys are absolutely amazing for sure. Do me a favor, please make sure you guys smack that like button on this stream. If you're on Facebook, make sure you give it a like, a heart, anything like that. If you guys could share it, please. Let's get the awareness out there. I'll be here with you guys here still for a little while tonight. So, the more viewership and community engagement that we could possibly get out of you guys, the better off that it is. We're all here to help you guys. We want to generate as much awareness around this, and of course, answer as many questions as remotely possible, and or maybe start the next maker out there. You got I just was commentary here earlier about a 12-year-old that is 3D printing and stuff. So definitely like to see the entrepreneurship for sure, for sure. Yep, creative minds are flowing. Yes, they are. I love it. All right, what accessories are available for the Omni? Not seeing anything about additional items needed to do certain things. So, of course, it's set up to where you can do the machine standalone. You can do the rotary bundle where you get the OR1 Smart Rotary for the machine, which is required for doing tumblers and all that stuff. And of course, then you have the add-on for the roll feed and the laminator. If you do it all in one, it's called the Versatile Bundle. So those are your current accessories that are going to be out there for this machine. So. Let's see. I'd paint over a Pepsi can too. No other use for it. Subjective. Well, we got somebody in here by the name of Pickle Rick. I love it. Rick and Morty. Awesome. Yes, the rotary tool is definitely out there for doing the tumblers, cups, ornaments, and all that stuff. Yep. Pricing on the extras. Again, best way to do it would be to buy it in the bundles for sure. But that would be the best way to maximize your savings and all that stuff. Particularly on the dual UV bundle, guys, with everything, the Versatile bundle. on the launch pricing, you were at $3,869, $3,869 for the dual UV. If you do a dual UV in the versatile bundle, add a set of the essential inks and expansion set of inks for it, and one extra of the maintenance tank kit. I believe doing the math on it before tax, I think you're right around 4042, like 4,042 for it. Which, I mean, really honestly, for what you're getting out of it, the value is all there for sure. So, sorry guys, comments are refreshing here. I might be, if I'm missing your guys' questions, I'm sorry. Just make sure you guys drop them back in there. I'm like, my feed is like 5 minutes behind here because there's so many of them. Print and cut work with the F2. I'm not sure if it's going to be in the automated workflow or not yet, but given the accuracy of the cameras on the F2, I wouldn't see why not, or why you would not be able to take care of it manually if it wasn't. Fluorescent for the flame would be amazing. Yes, it would. I'm looking to get the UV DTF so I could do shirts and hoodies as well. Didn't see any pre-treating for the DTG in any videos, so curious if that is still needed. I do not have any background on DTG, 100%. Never done it before. Everything that we do is DTF. I have seen some information stating some things about maybe some pre-treatments for certain types of garments and stuff like that. But I believe Bev in her lives the last couple of nights had or at least prior to mine, I should say, had stated something about, high comb cotton, stuff like that. So, Bev, if you're with us, if you could drop some of that information, it'd be great for sure. Let's see, Rich, I think they recommend controlling the humidity like with the apparel printer to ensure optimal print quality. Yes, that is absolutely correct, guys. Printers love humidity. You got to have decent humidity if you want to maintain, have great print quality, no banding, anything like that. We keep our shop right around 45%, and that's relative in the air. And then with our APs, we do keep an evaporative humidifier next to them as well. But overall, I'd say, at our static number of 45%, the Omni has been operating very well at that. So let's see, is there a repeat mode that just replicates the last print without having to have to rescan? Well, if yes, there is. As long as your placement is, dead exactly the same. However, it will rescan the material height just for the safety of the print heads. That is totally normal. So, but yes, you can really shorten that process on doing batches and stuff like that. But it will just check that height before it actually does start printing. So, yes, all models can varnish. That is correct. Can I use all three to print onto? Yes, I don't want to get in trouble for using a copyright name, but we do have like the little minifigs and stuff here. I haven't tried them yet. Bev was playing with them the other night. It definitely does and can handle those finer details very, very, very well, guys. So. Maintenance on the machine is very easy. I like to call it the almost autonomous maintenance package, and I say that with the apparel printer too because there still is a human intervention component there. But actual thought of everything. There are a lot of the things we have in the apparel printer, such as the automated whiting circulation, the whiting stirring, and all that stuff, are all factored into this machine here. And it will maintain its heads as well. So your normal cleanings, normal wiping, stuff like that. There are maintenance reminders that are built into Studio for this machine, which is utterly amazing. I would love to see that layout come in for the apparel printer in the format that we have it for the UV. I thought that was one of the best things. I'll show it to you guys here in a little while. But we are actually starting to get our color laydown now, looking absolutely phenomenal right now. So really, really, really good stuff here, guys. So can I explain what the rigid white is? So that's going to be, just your basic white ink, right? So in the regular single UV, you're going to have your white cartridge, which basically is just going to be your standard rigid white. And then in the dual, you also get the larger rigid white cartridge too, because it's going to be kind of one of your most commons. And then also have the channel for the flexible white as well. So it's all based upon what you're working on. And it was explained to me that rigid equals flat. Period. If it's not a flat surface, you're using flexible. So definitely something to take into consideration there. Let me see here. Do you know while using the rotary, can you print on something like a pull cue sticking outside the machine? Obviously, just printing on the part inside the machine. I mean, if you're really trying to get like a full wrap on said pull cue, no, not at all, because the rotary needs to be able to actually work within the confines of the machine there. I think that would be a very very special use case that's not going to be able to happen with this machine. Now, if you're talking about just doing something I mean, you might even be able to maybe like split your design down, kind of tile it down, and or maybe essentially stick it in from one of the sides, make a print, rotate it, make a print, rotate it, make a print, rotate it until you get a full wrap on there if that's what you're trying to achieve. But if it's something as simple as just laying down text or something like that, I wouldn't see why you wouldn't be able to securely lay it in there. So as long as you can get a good scan on it and it is secure and will not move, again, that is of course your responsibility. So. Is there an upgrade path from single to dual? No. The way you buy it is the way it is, guys. Thoughts on printing on acrylic for portrait backgrounds versus buying it already printed? Like the idea of customization, recognizes it takes time to print. I mean, we've printed on acrylic in multiple occasions here. So we got one piece staged up here, which is absolutely beautiful. Have another one here. And I mean, these are on black opaque acrylic. So we did have a white laydown before the color actually did go down on them. Guys, and it did work very, very, very well. I think the detail is just utterly amazing as well. And while we're on the topic of the photos, guys, if you guys were here with us last night, you guys did see, so we did have canvas back here that was done in a very nice texture build where you can actually really see all those details and indentations and marks. And, I mean, realistically, one of the things I was saying, like, for example, like, like my daughter's, skirts or dresses here, the little like kind of puffy skirts and stuff, like you could feel them. It's very tactile. Of course, I could very much have flat printed that if I wanted to. But if you really want to get some really nice raised detail, some nice edges, really just kind of crisp texture work, this machine very much shines on photo canvases for sure. So, okay, let's see. Yeah, Beth, let us know on the reflective. I'm very curious. Okay. Well, also, yeah, too, guys, thinking about this, right? So, any of the UV printers, I mean, technically, the lamp is canted at a specific angle. So, I mean, the reality of it is that you should not act. You actually should. Yeah, she's probably right there. You're probably not actually truthfully reflecting back directly at the head itself. So that does make sense, actually. Um, so, yes, you could do leather at patches for sure. Any plans for an upgrade to P2 P2S cameras for print and cut? The P2S will be integrated for the print and cut workflow. I'm not too sure on the P2. However, you could definitely, like I said, manual layout like I'm about to do here with the P3 tonight, just to be able to still do those types of things. And the setup doesn't take long. So, all right. Scrolling down through here, guys. This is looking absolutely beautiful, actually. Wow. It's cool. Have I done any maintenance on the machine yet? Actually, when I get done with you guys here tonight, I got some wiping warnings that I got to do on my capping station and my wipers and stuff. So, yes, tonight I will be doing a little bit of maintenance on it for sure. How transparent is a fluorescent ink? I'd say pretty relatively transparent. Again, it really depends on what you're actually printing on, guys. Whether or not if you're going to see, any of that color changing and stuff. So what I did earlier on the soda can, that was purposely done with two fluorescent layers. I'm sorry, one fluorescent layer. But I really kind of, held back, on some of the other colors and stuff because I wanted it to kind of, make that color change on there. It really depends on the colors and stuff that you're printing. Of course, it will definitely, influence one way or another what your final products are going to look like, especially if you're printing over direct white. So kind of want to get your spot coloring and stuff just right for what you want. So, I live in the South. We have all the humidity. Yes, you do. Until it's the dead of summer and 105 degrees. Yes, guys. Tay Chasen, thank you so much for the help. You've been incredible. Thoughts on the single or dual UV if wanted to do tumblers, UV stickers, and leather patches? I mean, both are totally capable. If you want to maximize, in terms of speed and efficiency and stuff, the dual is definitely the way to go. Is there a warranty that comes with the machine? Yes, there's a 1-year warranty that comes with the machine. Print heads are a consumable, guys. Now, of course, if they do fail due to a manufacturing defect or something like that, that's a totally different story. But they are a consumable item. Wear and tear is not covered under warranty. Same thing on the care plan. Wear and tear is not covered on the care plan, guys. Would be able to go as small as a logo for a watch dial. You know, that's a great question. You know, so there's been lots of pictures and stuff that were put out there. I mean, they were even like going as tiny as testing on text on toothpicks and was incredibly clear. PS3 smiley face. This is all new to me. I bought another company's laser printer, and they tried to charge me $250 a year for their software, so I put it up. Smart move, guys. So xTool Studio, it is xTool's proprietary software, is required to be used with all their machines. No subscription charge whatsoever. You know, the only thing is if you want to take advantage of all like the AI features and all the expansions and stuff like that, that does work through the Atom system. It is a credit-based system, very relatively inexpensive, and that money's always going back to being reinvested for improving that for sure. Without mentioning a rival, can I print xTool logo legibly on a sesame seed? That's very specific. I don't know if I don't think I have sesame seeds in my cat. That's hang on a second here. You got me all thrown off now thinking about this. I just asked the boss on the other side of the house, guys. So if the boss brings us some sesame seeds, you'll know what's going on. I'll try anything. I don't care. That's hilarious. So bold reflection. Stay with us. I might have an answer on that one momentarily, and or I might get a message back on WTF. So because she knows what I'm doing. So we'll see. We'll see what the boss comes back with. Can a 40-ounce tumbler do a full shape or just top part? If you're going for the full wrap, you know, if you're looking at that, it's just going to be like really mainly that top part. It's very hard for it to accommodate for those tapers on the bottom in a full wrap, guys. Laser engravers are a bit better in that realm for that. You know, so WTF. Told you. Boss is going to go look for us. So yeah, and then you just got to remember, you know, certain specific ones like, you know, like the Stanley Cups and stuff like that, where you got the tabs on there. You know, that's going to be kind of a, you know, part of a problem. So what I would allude to say is that, and I haven't tried it yet, I will try it. Is that of course you're probably gonna have to remove your handle, bend your tabs, and then make sure that those tabs are sitting at top dead center. That way, it gets a proper height measurement on there. Because if those strike your guys' heads, that's no, that's not good. So, being mindful. I will push the limits on it, but you guys got to be very mindful to that. So. Show some of those things you already printed up close. We've been doing that periodically along the way, but we will here. We'll do some more here in a little bit. I just want to let this canvas finish that way we can show a cut on the P3 with it. You know, again, my print and cut workflow tonight is set up manually just because we don't have the feature activated in studio right this moment because we're in a test version. But you know, just we'll show you the accuracy of the scan camera on here versus the bed camera on the P3 there, guys. Let's see. Do you need to use flexible white on golf balls since they are flat? Again, I was told rigid equals flat. So if I'm going to print golf balls, which I did, I had 3D printed a jig for it, and I got some coming tomorrow. I'm going to try it, but I would venture to say that rigid's probably going to be your better option there. So no, you cannot access the Omni features in Studio right now. It is not in the current release of Studio. Whenever the next version does go live, which will be right around the time these machines do start shipping out, is when they will be active in Studio for you guys through a software update. Wolf Fishing, the varnish is definitely a separate cartridge. Bring it down for you guys here. I have, and I was testing this on purpose in a gloss finish. Don't mind my stands back here, guys. They're just little boxes. That's what I can put to support these things. I purposely did this in a gloss finish just to see. So this was a flat print photo canvas, okay? And ran, I believe this was, it was either 2 or 3 layers that I had ran of the varnish for a gloss finish. I give a really, really, really nice finish, nice and clean finish, nice topper on that. So that is done with the varnish. I had ran this earlier today. This was single pass color, no white backing, and 2 layers of varnish up top, matte finish as well. So ran that earlier today. Really, really nice output on that. Guys, I know somebody asked me about this yesterday. I'll show you guys here too. Yes, you can 3D print, or not 3D print, you can print to 3D printed things as well. So this is PLA Basic, and we are actually, as you can see, we are on the textured end of it. So 2 layers is what I ran in there. Did very well, no problem. My P3 lenses, if you were here yesterday, you saw I have fluorescent over that as well. So, you know, again, it's a 3D printed project, stuff like that can do it. We did playing with fluorescence again yesterday. Ridge Wallet. Okay. K9 crystal. So this is already engraved inside. I was just kind of toying around with it yesterday, just to see about putting, you know, a picture in the background and stuff like that. So again, totally doable. So that was that particular picture that's in there. It was 2 layers of color, 2 layers of white, and then I capped it with a single layer of black on the back. So that way, if you do put it on like a lip base or whatever, you don't have any bleed through back here. So really nice clarity inside. Well, not inside, but on the back of, but you know, what you can see inside dimensionally, stuff like that. So whole new product line there, guys. Example, the phone case is here, done with the smart masking. And as you can see, it does accommodate for like the camera bumps and stuff, and it's, you know, printed in there. See? So really cool stuff there. Take that out of the way there. Here's another photo acrylic. I think I already showed this to you guys, but yeah, another photo acrylic here. So, you know, print quality is definitely all there for sure. You know, one of the biggest things that I'm like super excited for though, once we do get the roll feeder, just because we don't actually have it yet. But you know, being able to do, you know, these just big, expansive canvases, you know, 12 inches wide by, you know, whatever length. So something you're gonna be able to do with the roll feeder, guys. Super exciting for that. So roll this back up here. Let me get my P3 turned on, and we'll bump over to that there for a moment. Yeah, so just give you a little sample of a workflow, what you could do. Now, again, like I said, mine is in manual nature right now, just because we don't have it activated in studio yet. But we're going to set it up manually. So P3 is coming online right now. Let me grab my computer. We'll tap in my phone for the moment, so we can show you guys on the bed just how simple we can do this. So first and foremost, we'll take a look at it. So again, this is just on basswood plywood. Okay, nice, beautiful print, Artemis rocket. I get myself a couple little circles just to work with for alignment purposes, right? So got that out of there. Pop this in the P3, grab my laptop here. Yeah, so even for those of you guys with the machines that will not be part of the print and cut workflow, okay, still incredibly capable. So what we'll do is I'll connect onto my P3 in studio here. So I'm going to go ahead and just pop the chat off the screen here for a second, guys. Let me tap this in. We're going to make that full screen. Let's get rid of the graphic for a moment there. And let's go ahead and we're going to do this. Guys, remember, I am in a test version of Studio right now, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down, I'm just going to go a select all. We're going to make a copy of that, and we're going to utilize that on our P3 canvas here. So we're going to go ahead and switch on to the P3. Okay. I'm going to get a picture of our bed. my laptop charger here. So we're going to get a picture of our bed. Okay. And the next thing I'm going to do is I want to go ahead and I'm going to set my material. This was the 3mm basswood plywood. Probably could have just picked the birch, to be honest, because they're going to cut the same anyways. That's what I should have just done. Plywood. There we go. So we select our material, go and apply, perfect. Then go ahead and get a distance measurement where we're going. Okay, got our measurement. I can zoom in on our canvas. Okay. Now, again, using the cameras, okay, and like I said, for your machines that are not in the print and cut workflow, there's no reason why you guys can't do this, okay? So give yourself a couple registration marks there on your print, all right, and close my lid here so that I can do my final positioning and stuff on there. And what we're going to do is I'm literally going to go ahead and just paste what I was working with here, okay? And we're going to keep all this together, and I'm just going to come drag it right over here, and I'm relying on my circles, okay? Relying on my circles for alignment, okay? And as you can see, that scan camera on the Omni is very good, okay? If I really wanted to, I can even come in here and I can take my close shot camera, put it right over my dot that I'm working on, okay? We're going to make whatever final adjustment that we choose to. So there we go, our final adjustment, all right? Looking really good there, guys. So, and zoom out. Now, again, the automated workflow will be good for the P3, for sure. And, you know, some of the other machines. That stuff has been posted. So now, what I'm going to do is this, all right? I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take note of my size here that we're working with, and we're going to turn this into a puzzle, all right? So I'm going to take note of my size here and my XY position, all right? And we're going to come into useful tools and generators, all right? And we're going to come down here, we're going to go to puzzle, all right? Next thing we're going to do is we're going to be able to select, you know, what we want to do. So we're working on a rectangular type of puzzle here. We're going to just do jigsaw type, okay? You can come down here and you can dictate, you know, whatever you want your columns and stuff to be. So I'm going to go 15 by 15, okay? Piece size, a little bit subjective based upon what you're doing right now. Same thing with your tab size. I'm just going to leave that be for now. You know, different types of stuff that you can pick here. I'm going to want to show my canvas as red, so I'm going to go like that. I'm also going to give it a border, okay? Or not, I'm sorry, not a border, my bad. We're going to go import to canvas, all right? So now we're going to get this. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click on that, all right? And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to resize to the bounds of my picture, all right, which was 7.047, all right, by 10.571, okay? Enter. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take my XY positioning, and I'm going to go 24.132 by 3.593. I probably could have lost some of those columns and stuff in there, but, you know, for all intents and purposes of time, I'm not going to worry about changing it right now. All right. So we have that set that is right over our photo there. All right, so then what we can do is we're going to go ahead and we will turn the outputs off on the image, outputs off on the what we were using for the alignment, and we just have our cut on our module here. Again, if I wanted to make other changes to this, I could. I don't know if it's necessarily going to really matter all that much. No. 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 Oh, why are you doing this? There we go. All right. So not really worried about it. Just going to double check my XY there since I was playing around with that here real quick. So I got 24.132, perfect. 3.593, 7047, 10.571, perfect. All set, done, ready to rock and roll, guys. Going to process. Going to redetect that focus lens that's in there real quick. All right. I'm going to go ahead. Yep, my nozzle's on, all set, done, good to go. So we're going to go ahead and let this process here. 5 minutes, 52 seconds. All set, done, ready to rock and roll. Let me go hit my button. That way she starts running. Hopefully I can get my cameras in there so you guys can see this thing running live. Print and cut workflows, guys. So there you go. So we are currently in the process of cutting said puzzle. So while that's doing that, guys, back to the commentary. So again, you will have automated flows on the P3 for sure. Plenty of other xTool machines as well. You will have automated flows for sure. But for those machines that you don't have the automated flows on, guys, you can definitely set up manual print and cut workflows exactly the same way that I just did. Doesn't take long. You'll have what? Took me 2 minutes, and I was talking you guys through it. If that. So, currently cutting out, that print that we just did into puzzle pieces. So, super simple. All right, back to the commentary here. We'll put the QR. There you go. All right. Yeah, these comments are like 10 minutes behind, guys. Sorry, I'm gonna try and throttle up here. Looks like you guys, yep, a lot of people helping with answering questions. Thank you guys so much. Really do appreciate that. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yes, you can add the xTool care plan within 30 days of purchase, for sure. Printer does not really get hot at all, especially with extended printing. I would say no real concern there for that whatsoever. Yes, this is a dual UV. Yes, Taylor and Abby, again, thank you guys. Yes, we did do the crystal block yesterday on the Omni. That is correct. That was done exactly on this machine right here. How much ink have I gone through just on test pieces? Guys, really not all that much at all. Let me see, that's while it's doing its cutting. So we do have our device health menu here, which is like super useful. So the machine has had uptime of 74.1 hours, meaning like it's not, in sleep. That's, uptime that was with me connected to it from software, working in it, playing around, stuff like that. Make that bigger, that way you guys can actually see this. All right. So again, that has been the uptime. We've had 13.9 actual printing hours on it so far for a total of 48 projects that we've ran through it. I can tell you as far as any like ink levels and stuff, there's been zero movement in anything. Everything is still full. Okay. For those of you guys that were asking about the maintenance stuff and all that stuff, so yes, this is my first bit of maintenance that I'm going to do on the machine here later this evening when I'm done with you guys. But what's really cool is it actually tells you when things are coming up. So right now, okay, your ink pad needs some maintenance, your ink scraper needs some maintenance. There will be guides that you'll be able to access right here to be able to get into those things. Just because there's a buy button here does not mean you have to buy right now. That's just if you want to get access to getting the replacement parts for it right away. But as you scroll down, we'll see. Also have access to your print head statuses. So right now we're still in working mode, so the ceramic heaters are still doing their thing to make sure those print heads are at the temperature or close to the temperature that we need to be to start printing. Of course, if not, they go into sleep, they will have to, heat back up to keep going there. But if you're batch processing, they will stay warm, no problem. Our environment right now, so 70.4 degrees in here at the moment, humidity at 50.3%. So, that's reading ambiently around or relatively around the actual machine. We keep everything right around 45% or so. So, we are up a little bit right now. I got some moisture in the air and some super crazy nasty thunderstorms coming tomorrow. So if you guys are in the Northeast at all, stay safe, hunker down. Lots and lots of bad weather coming in. But yeah, so right here. So we need to do a cleaning on our ink pad. We are officially at 7 days. So we're going to do that today. When we're done, we'll do mark cleaned. Same thing with our ink scraper. Got to do a cleaning 7 days. When we're done, mark cleaned. This will show you about cleaning and your replacements, stuff like that. Shows you your like air filter statuses, anything for the optical pass, and of course your UV lamp, stuff like that. So all that information you all find in this device health menu here. And for everything that you see here, I would hope and pray, and I would love to see this for the apparel printer down the line, guys. So xTool peeps, if you're here, you're watching, please, 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 please. I would love it. This is absolutely amazing. This is like the best feature for this so far. Let's get a little check-in on the P3, see how we're doing there. Looks like we're coming down to the end, guys. By the way, if you guys are looking at any of the lasers, or if you have, say, P2, P2S, and you want to eventually look at a upgrade of a CO2, the P3 is the way to go. So powerful, so amazing, nice working area, get nice, beautiful cameras for monitoring and all that stuff, which is really, really, really cool. So as you can see, we're coming down to it here. Almost done, about 30 seconds or so. Cuts beautifully, guys, honestly. So I love the fact that we could record for time lapsing and stuff too. So super, super, super cool. So we're coming down to the end of it there. And I will try to grab my honeycomb so I can show you guys on the camera without it going everywhere. Just because the big camera's on a tripod there. So, all right, all set, all done. Perfect, perfect. So we're going to hit finish on that. And let's grab it. See if I can do it without making a big old mess. Ah. Maybe. Possibly. If I make a mess, it's not my fault. All right, guys, print cut workflow again, manual setup. Totally. I don't know how well you guys could see that. Oh, look, my arm in the way. There we go. So again, manually set up on there. A couple of those registration circles that I'd use for camera positioning. As you can see, the cut is deadly accurate. So the scan camera in the Omni, even coupled with just the bed camera in the P3, is amazing, guys. So we just made a puzzle here out of Artemis 2. One of the greatest American feats here for the year, guys. So definitely very, very, very capable. Lots and lots and lots of different things you guys can do in that workflow. Now it smells like a campfire in here, and my God, I actually kind of really want some more now. So, right. So yeah, possibilities are like limitless, guys. So let's go ahead and let me minimize this down here. Let's jump back in the Q&A here real quick before we go and prep for our next project. Hey, Jordan, how are you? Good to see you're with Hannah and watching me. All right, let's see. No gas. All right, guys. Bold Reflections called me out for not having the CO2 cylinder in my machine. With the amount of flammable cutting that we do here at our shop, we do not have it installed in the machine. There is no dead requirement to have it installed in the machine. However, safety first. Please always be mindful. Please be, close and cognizant, and aware of your guys' projects that are running. The CO2 canister in the laser does serve a purpose. Again, dependent on your use case. So, I digress. Thank you for the call out, but safety first. Be in your room, where your machines are, be near your machines, be monitoring them for sure. Okay? Alrighty. Best for the acrylic products, if you're going to be doing lots and lots of cutting of acrylic, P3 is the utter pinnacle of it. I absolutely love it, and it handles everything from the opaques to clears, no problems. So let's see here. All right, scrolling on down. Heather, had this in my cart for days. Heather, hit that QR code there. Enter to, get a chance at a ink set, and go ahead and go finish your checkout. Honestly, you're definitely not gonna regret it. I can tell you that right now. Hey, you love your apparel printer. I hope you're looking at the dual UV variant. It's definitely the best way to go. So wait till he finds out we can't see it because he left the P3 screen on. Oh, did I? Let me know. I'll bring it back. I'm so sorry. God, you guys can blame me for that one. All right, hold on. Give me the benefit of the doubt, guys. All right. Multiple cameras going here. Let me go grab it. It's still sitting on the honeycomb in the P3. I'll get it. I'll get it. I'm not a content creator. I'm a business owner. All right. All right. I know you guys could see it now because I'm looking at it. All right. So let's pull that up. I'll get my arm out of the way. Ah. All right, guys. So again, just showcasing you can do manual print and cut workflows. So for those of you guys with lasers or machines that are not compatible in the xTool ecosystem, or really just not part of the xTool ecosystem, If you got good cameras, give yourself some registration marks to work with. As you saw, we took a whole minute and a half to probably 2 minutes to actually line that up and get that ready to rock and roll. So very much capable of being able to rely on the scan camera in the Omni, in addition to your bed cameras specifically, and or if you really want to double check yourself, your close shot cameras in your machines. So as you could tell, and I'll bring the piece of wood back, there's absolutely no ink left over anywhere on there from that cutout at all, except for my little marks that I used. So, good stuff. All right. That was the second call out of the night. What's going on over here? This is a really cool puzzle, though. I'm not going to lie. Take a picture of that. We'll probably post that later for you guys. Okay. On to the next one. It's late. We forgive you. You guys got high expectations of me. It's all good. All right. Thank you to you and Beth for spending your evenings with us. I incredibly appreciate my P3 live last week. I'm so excited. We'll be purchasing the Omni Dual. Thanks to you both. Sarah, absolutely amazing. Awesome. So glad to hear that. I hope you do love your P3. Go ahead and scan that QR code there. That way you get a chance to get a UV ink set as well. BLG729, you make that look so easy. I'm sold. I'm telling you, while we may do it professionally every day, it really is easy. You can do it. For sure. On the dual head, can you print rigid and soft white at the same time? Or are they two separate passes? So technically, it is two separate ink channels. You can set up your images appropriately, and you can dictate, whether you want flex here, rigid here, so on and so forth. So you can do it in the same job, yes. My S1 has no camera, so what you're telling me is I need to order a new machine with the camera. Say yes. Angeline, yes. If your husband's next to you, yes. Langston, if you're related to Cody, yes. Yes, yes, yes. You need a new machine with a camera for sure. All right. Yes, do it. Do it. Get a new laser. Hit that QR code, though, first. Get some UV inks to go with it. Shadow Facts. Michael, how are you? Abby, Beth. Oh, he knows it's my bedtime. He just doesn't care. I do care. You're just intrigued. You just want to stay. That's fine. No big deal. All right. All right, guys, cool. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go on to the next thing, all right? I've had a lot of people ask about this. So we are going to I don't know which one I want to do. Do I have any wine connoisseurs with me? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to ask a question to you guys. Any wine connoisseurs, specifically maybe some reds, perhaps? I think you guys all know where I'm alluding to on this one here, guys, because you guys have been asking me for it. I've seen it on all the commentary. Any wine connoisseurs, let me know in the comments. Who do we got? Who do we got? Who do we got? Thanks, Michael. Appreciate it, buddy. Beth, yeah, you ain't going nowhere. You know it. You're tuned in, just like I'm tuned into yours. Bold Reflections puzzle. My xTool entourage has enabled me to create awesome puzzles. Yeah. All right, guys. The opposite, the sweets. Ooh. Tay Chasson, cab lover. All right, Tay, it's up to you. It's going to be your pick. All right, so here's what I did. Earlier today, I decided to 3D print myself some holders to support a wine bottle in the Omni. So guess what we're going to do? I'm going to print to it. He looks pretty. Whiskey and now wine? Well, I mean, we got the stuff in the cabinet. You might as well try, right? You can print to anything. You know I'm here for moral support. All right, so Tay Chason. We will print to your choice, since you said cab, because cab's my favorite. All right. We have either the Behringer Founders Estate. This is a 1.5. Okay. Or we have a 750 of the Kendall Jackson Grand Reserve, which, if you've ever had this, chef's kiss. So, Take your pick, Tay. Let me know. See what you got. Thanks, BLG729. Yeah, that definitely was it was a very experimental project, but was super cool. I was so excited how that came out. Was not expecting it, but just kind of playing with that mix in colors to get that real bright orange fluorescent on there was just amazing. All right, let's Behringer. Ooh, good choice. All right, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna set my little 3D printed fixtures in here to hold said bottle. All right. And what we're going to do is I'm actually going to tell you what we're going to do. We will leave the labels on there because I was going to say maybe we'll remove the back label, but maybe we'll print something just kind of going up the side here. Maybe we'll do even though it's absolutely nowhere near my anniversary, maybe we'll just do like happy anniversary or something like that because you know you might be giving a bottle of wine as a gift to somebody, right? So you know we'll do that. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna clean my surface with some 91% isopropyl alcohol for this. Um, Technically, by right, you should be using one of the glass primer wipes. However, limited supply at the moment, so I'm going to bank on the alcohol. I've had really good adhesion to really any glass that I've been doing as of late with the 91% isopropyl alcohol. It's been really good. Very, very surprising. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to clean that area that I'm planning on printing to. Okay. And again, guys, we are really testing the limits of the Omni. Now, real quick though, if you guys are going to be doing these things, now, I already know that it is safe because the bottle of Jack Daniels is a bit heavier. The weight limit on the bed is 3 kilograms or the equivalent of 6.6 pounds, guys. 6.6 pounds, okay? So you definitely do not want to exceed that. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to set this in here, okay? And I'm going to make an adjustment here. That way I'm actually just sitting on the full bed. Okay. These nice little 3D printed fixtures, guys. I'm telling you, they would make your life so much easier. I had those bad boys whipped up in about, I don't know, 5 minutes in software and probably 40 minutes in print time, if that. So, all right. Let me see. May have missed the answer, but can you print a hardcover or faux leather box? Yes, you can, definitely. No, do not mix alcohol and pain meds. That's not good. Please don't do that. We do not condone that, guys. Be safe. All right. Beth using talk to text when she's got me on, you know, her speaker on her phone or whatever, which means you're drowning me out talking whenever you're doing your talk to text. All right, guys, let's go ahead and we'll get a scan on that. People do that, get bottles for gifts. I just keep it for myself. BLG729, I can't necessarily give or endorse any other brands at this time during this live, but you are more than welcome to reach out to me directly for more information. Some of you guys in the comments may know, and or if you choose to drop there, but it's not coming out of my mouth. So, all right, I'm gonna get rid of that. We're gonna get a fresh scan on our bed of the Omni, and it's gonna go ahead and measure our height. And we'll get a scan on that bottle. Now, what I did on the whiskey bottle earlier is I did throw some tape on there, just kind of some masking, essentially to you know just kind of avoid any potential like you know oversprays or anything like that with the curve. But also it kind of improved how it looked in studio here for us. So we'll see what this looks like on this scan, depending, and or I may throw some frog tape on there. So we'll see. We'll check. Yep, looking real good. Got that nice height on there. It always scares me because it's like literally 1.5 millimeters. Like it's close. So I always watch whenever that's coming over. But I can tell you right now, guys, with some of the things that I put in here, you can have faith in the LiDAR for sure. It's coming over, getting that scan there. Again, we'll see what it looks like on our screen. I may throw some frog tape on there for alignment purposes, just so I can see. Okay. Take a look. show this to you guys too. Laser engraved Stanley 30 ounce. This was done on the P2. Really beautiful clarity out of that. But guys, I mean, even the P3, is totally capable of doing things like this. 4 wraps, guys. So P2S and P3. Super, 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 super cool. I've seen someone had asked about that. All right, so as you can see on our scanning here, right, I'm going to make Studio a little bit bigger for you guys. Take the commentary off for a moment. That way we all can look at this together. Tay, not confirming or denying. You can draw your own conclusions. If you guys were in here last night, you'd seen it. Oh, actually, I'll tell you this right now. We have done it. The Omni sits on a table with a large, I call it Big Betty, 3D printer. There is no issue with that printer printing with the UV. It does not affect it whatsoever. So next to the 3D printer, perfectly fine. So when Big Betty's over there rocking away, it ain't affecting the Omni at all. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna throw some frog tape on. If you guys do the text message I just got, oh. All right, let's do that. So here's what Studio's looking like right now, guys. So I'm gonna pull that out. We're gonna throw some frog tape on there. That way I can actually see for alignment. So again, scan camera is really good, guys. Whenever you're working with a lot of translucence and stuff like this, especially when you got curvature, it can make it a little bit tough. So gotta be intuitive. So frog tape works great. Did it earlier. Jack Daniels bottle. The way that bed come out at me, I really thought I was gonna throw the bottle at me. So cheap insurance, guys. Cheap insurance. So we're gonna test the limits here. We're gonna let some curvature happen. All right. You guys got my curiosity. So let's get that in there. Okay. Just waiting for somebody in the comments. You can't do that. You know what my answer to that is? Watch me. So, all right, we're gonna get that back in there. We'll do another scan on it. I'm gonna have a good clean scan on there. Okie dokie. While that's scanning there again, there's your guys' QR code again. You enter as many times as you guys want. Okay. So let's see. While that is redoing that scan for us. Hey, Heather's got a print farm. All right. What's even funnier is you think I have the volume on my TV. Okay, fine. Must be a really good lip reader then. About that personal laser engraved tumbler show off. Nice. Hey man, anything's possible. Drop me in your machines. You'll see here on the scan, guys. I'll flip the camera around, that way you could see it here once it's done. Minimize that. So that way, if you look on the actual printer there, you can see. So what I did is I taped off my essential working area. I did that for 2 reasons. Number 1, so that I can get a good visual on it on the scan. But 2, mitigation of overspray, anything like that. Just because I am going to try to really push the limits here on the curvature as well. So me. Just gave me a quick scan data error, guys. I'm going to try to rescan this. Something kind of threw it off here. Again, I'm in a test version of Studio. So, it could be acting a little bit wonky here. I'm going to try to let it redo that scan. But I definitely green taped on the whiskey bottle earlier. Did just perfectly fine. So, let's take a peeky here. Maybe I'll adjust it on the bed and see. All right, while that's doing that, is the curating safe for kids' toys? It is not food safe at all. It is not food safe. But you know, I mean, the kids really shouldn't be putting anything in their mouths, anyways, guys. I mean, kids are kids, but you know, we're gonna be a little bit mindful about what we're doing. So, definitely, please be careful. Carlos, we're gonna look to do a print on a wine bottle here. You know, personalized gift, something like that. So we're currently scanning the surface on there. Howdy, I just entered the giveaway. I'm excited to see the results. Awesome. Yep, hang with us. You guys have been great so far. That's what I say about Raider signs. After UV print, can you gold or silver foil on journals, or I'm assuming you're saying Bibles? What print setup works with the foil? So that is gonna, I do believe that would require the use of the dual machine, which is what we're in here right now. I don't have any official information on that to give to you guys at this time, other than it will be capable, yes. So, all right, cut that off there. Let's go ahead. We'll get Studio brought back up. Let me get that graphic off here, and then let me get back into Studio so it refreshes for you guys so we can see what we're doing. All right, cool. We did get our hue of our tape, so we know where we are at for alignment purposes now, okay? So, what we're going to do here is let's get some text. Let's get some nice text, right? So let's do happy anniversary. And let's find a nice font to do this in. So yeah, let me bring it over here. Oh, that way I could see it better. Pick a nice font. Ooh. Let's do something scriptish, right? Like, let's do something really cool. In a momento, por favor, guys. Let's see. Yeah, I like that. Let's do that. Let's pick a color. Let's make it. Well, first off, we're gonna go to the stroke. We're gonna knock out the stroke completely because we don't want a stroke on there. And then we're gonna go to the fill. And let's go with well, there's a bottle of Cabernet. There's a red. Let's put some red. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do a red. Yeah, that'll be nice. All right, so we're gonna do that. Okay, and I'm gonna go -90 to rotate here, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna bring it onto my working area. Okay, and we're gonna push the limits here, guys. I'm gonna maximize this, and let's get some of that curvature. We're gonna see how well that we can handle some curvature. This is a 1.75, guys. This is a pretty big bottle. You got a lot of curvature that you're working with there. So let's see. Let's see. Let's even, yeah, we'll even go up towards the neck a little bit. So can't use smart masking features here, guys. This is on you. Okay. So we're going to do that. And then I'm going to come over here. Okay. And let's see. So let's take my whiting choke into, let's try 0.25. Let's see. A preview. Looks like we still get just a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy with it. All right. So we're going to do that. And I'm going to let that go ahead. Yep, it's going to lay down a white for sure. And I'm going to go with 2 layers of color just because I really want to get that vividness in there. Okay. And I'm going to go with flexible just because it is a curved surface. All right. And I'm going to come into process. All right. A-N-N-I-B-R-S-A-R-Y. Yep, spelled it right. Perfect. So we're looking at 19 minutes, 34 seconds for this. Again, it's going to be a pretty big print, guys, but we have a white laydown, then we got 2 layers of color following behind it. Let's get a cost. Okay, again, personalization. Think about it, guys. Cost, time, product, or profit. So let's see here. A whole 1.89 cents, guys. 1.89 cents. Look at that. Amazing. Cheap as can be. Charge your customer $15 for that. Surefire. All right. Gonna let that one rip, rock and roll. Back to the commentary. Okay. And I am going to do this here, guys. All right, boom. Live Q&A. Let's go. Fire them off in the comments. Let's answer everything that we possibly can for you guys. Live Q&A. Absolutely live Q&A. Fire them off. Okay, all right. Most affordable machine you all sell? All of them. All depends on what you want to make and your idea of affordable. What's affordable for you might not be affordable for somebody else. Yes, that is absolutely factual statement there for sure. Oh man, we've just spent 2,400 on power dishes, so I can't imagine 24. Oh crap, I didn't even think about the part of pick of colors. I'm gonna be screwed. Yeah, if you're colorblind, guys. Beth, hex codes. Hex codes. All right, let's see. The yellow frog tape for delicate surfaces may be more useful. It leaves even less residue in glass and acrylic and might be brighter under the scanner. Yes, that is very much possible, but we are working with what is currently in-house. It's not like I could teleport to Home Depot, go get it, and bring it back. Takes me forever to pick a font now. Picking a color, too fun. Yeah. How difficult was it to build in the cost analysis? So, for me specifically, all right, so I'm in the test version of Studio, all right? So it was still zeros for everything because ink prices and all that were not, set and whatnot. So what I did was I went and I did the math on all of it based on full price MSRP, not sale pricing. Full price MSRP is what I did everything. So it took me probably 10-ish minutes or so to do all the math and get it all input into Studio so that I can give you guys real-time cost analysis based upon that. But what I will tell you is that whenever the version of Studio launches that will include the Omni, it will have, that same cost analyses built into it for sure. All right. Yes, the cost feature is part of the software. Steve, yes, you are correct. I was able to fit the whiskey bottle long way without issue in there, but the wine bottle, no. It is taller. Durability print on a hockey puck. Can it be used in a hockey game? I would venture to say durable. Yes, use flex. Because, you know the beating that those pucks are going to take. How fast are you seeing the moisturizer fluid and waste tanks getting used up? I mean, I haven't seen any movement in them whatsoever at all. So, should be pretty relatively decent, I would think. All right, guys, first pass on the white, looking at the curvature. So the curvature, I mean, that's a pretty severe curve that I'm working with right now. So definitely appears to be a little bit of a handicap with it, for sure. So I'm not going to say one way or another if this is going to work out to be the way that we want it to be, but we'll see. This is why we test. This is why we test. Always, always, always test before you guys offer or make product offerings, guys. I totally maxed that out. Probably a lot more than I probably should have. But for all intents and purposes, hey, we're live, so we're doing it that way. You guys can see real use cases too, because at the end of the day, the content of the wine bottle is still going to taste the same, whether or not it looks good. So, righty. Does xTool give discounts to veteran-owned businesses? So if the products are currently not on sale, there are different discount programs, yes. But when they are on their current sales, that typically is the maximum that you will see for that. What do you think of the WonderPress as a business owner? Cassandra can't answer that. Don't have it here. We do have it coming, but we do not have it here as of yet. Oh, got another one. It's colorblind. Oh boy. Nissan Overland. I may have missed it's capable of these small prints like a logo on a watch dial. They've done it. Text on toothpicks. We've seen it. So I would imagine so. I would not see why not. Of course, if you could support it in the machine appropriately. I want to be clear. The dual means I can choose UV it won't automatically print that UV. I need clarity there. I'm not understanding. Let's see. If you have an SVG you use to engrave, can you add color to it using xTool Studio, or do you need to color it in different software first? I mean, it really, if you're going to be doing it for graphic purposes and you want to do coloring and all that stuff on there, you're going to want to do that probably outside of Studio and then either kick it back out as a high quality PNG or kick it back out in an SVG appropriately with all those colors. If it's just outlines, it's going to read it as outlines, cut lines, engrave lines, stuff like that. So. Do I test all xTool products? I own all xTool products. So by technical right, yes. Is there a mobile app for managing print jobs? No, negative. So as the curve is an issue, a sticker may be more appropriate. To go to the size that I'm at, yeah, definitely. I'm not saying that it can't do it. It can definitely accommodate for some curve, yes. I mean, we did, on the wine or on the whiskey bottle, I mean, we did have a pretty decent radius here that we were working with. But I will say on the wine bottle that radius is a little bit more severe. But I really maxed that out. So I'll still show you guys in the very end. I would rather let you guys see these things live before you guys do it. Realistically speaking, no, this is not a product I'm selling to a customer. This is my own. So to me, it doesn't matter. But this kind of just really shows us, what are the limitations? What are the limitations of UV printing, right? Obviously, flatter is better. But yes, in this case, if I wanted to go maximum size like that, the way that I have it on there, which in the canvas is almost 8 inches in length there, and 2.25 wide. I mean, that's a pretty considerable size there. So you got to think on a bottle that is a 1.5, and you get a pretty severe radius there. So of course, even like on the 750s, these guys there, your radius is going to be even more. So you gotta accommodate for that. So I would say trial and error, guys. Definitely trial and error. You don't want to have somebody bring you, say a bottle of wine that's $200, $300, $400, and then you go to UV print on it what they want, and it's not good, right? So trial and error. Most of those bottles or your radiuses are going to be pretty relatively the same in all of them. Can UV light be turned off? Example, I want to lay varnish, take it out, sprinkle glitter while varnish is wet. Great question. I'm going to say, based upon everything that I found in there right now, no. But not to say that it may not be in future updates. But remember, anytime that you would ever take something out of the machine, you can affect your positioning in there. So I'm not too sure, what the right answer on that one's going to be. So. All right, challenge coins. Yeah, I gotta. I want to. Sorry, I just took my hat off. I was getting a little bit of a headache. Use case. I want to do some coins on the F2 Ultra Dual. Put that moped to work and then bring them in here. And try to do some printing to them. So let's see, Cassandra, what products do you offer from your business? We are a apparel and hard goods manufacturer. So you name it, we do it. So okay. It's also great to see the limits of a demo machine. Some of us may be more cautious with our production version to prevent damage from curing back sprayed ink and otherwise. Yes, that is correct. That's why we do these things here for you guys. We're here to really push the limitations and show you these things and show you what's right, what's wrong, what you can do, what you can't do. Right now we're learning a huge limitation on curvature. Really truthfully, on that particular radius, if I would have shrunk that back to probably about an 1.5 inches in width, maybe. Probably would have been okay, but I got it at 2.25. So, again, pushing the limits there. So, can you not use an iron on the bottle to do foil prints? I mean, it's glass. I don't know why you would want to superheat something rather quickly like that. Again, I mean, somebody else may have a use case for that and or have tried it. Not 100% sure. Daimler Qual, I'm ordering the dual UV right now. I previously paid the $50 pre-order, but I don't see it reflected in the moment at checkout. All right, so basically what you do is first and foremost, hit this QR code first if you haven't done so already, and go ahead and enter to make sure that you could get a chance at winning that UV ink set. The second thing is what you're going to want to do is and this is for all you guys, okay? If you guys are looking at buying the UV right now, all right, hit that QR code first if you have not done so already. Second, xTool.com, go log into your account up on the top right up there, okay? And then you're going to click on, it's either My Order or Coupons. I forget what the exact one is, but on one of them, you'll see at the top there, it'll say Privilege Voucher. Okay, you're going to click that, and then it'll take you into the final payment portal for Omni. And you can pick and choose your machine that you want to pick, your bundle, so on and so forth. Okay. As soon as you go into your cart there, it will have already reflected the $50 discount in the actual price of the bundle itself. So, for example, the dual UV and the versatile bundle without the privilege voucher is $38.69. With the privilege voucher included, it's $38.19. So that factors that $50 deposit there. Okay, but you'll definitely find it up there. If you have a privilege voucher and you are not finding it there, but you have made payment for it prior, stuff like that, go ahead and complete your order. Reach out to me. I'll be happy to help you get that whole thing taken care of. There's been a couple instances where I found that we had a very small issue with that, but we've been able to get them rectified for you guys. You guys are our xTool's customers. We're going to make it right. So you should find it there. If you don't, just reach out to me hereafter. You can find me, Rich Giannacora, Facebook, Forge Thread Supply Company, or any of the Omni printer makers and users groups as well. So happy to help you guys. All right. But definitely make sure you scan that QR code there. Guys, if you're with us and you haven't done so yet, go ahead and smack that QR code there. You get a chance to win a ink set here for your Omni UV printer. Elizabeth, you can find me on Facebook. That's going to be the best place. Or you could locate my business page, Forge Thread Supply Company. Or you can find me on the xTool Omni Printer official group, the Omni Printer makers, and the Omni Printer users groups as well. Or on Messenger. So my name right here, you can note it down. It would be under Richard Attilio Giannacora, but Rich Giannacora is how you can find me. So my profile picture is me and my daughter. So you can definitely tell me from my dad. We got the same name, so it's me and my daughter. Okay. So awesome. All right, guys. Still got some time here. Drop those questions. Keita Shallon, yep, like I said, Jesse, you can get me on Facebook, any of the Facebook groups relating to either the Omni Printer or the Omni Printer makers or the Omni Printer users groups. Or you can find me on my own Facebook page, Rich Giannacora, or my business, Forge Thread Supply Company. Any of those places you can reach out to me. If you need help, we will help you. No problem. So if you can't locate me or if you're having troubles or anything, whatever reason, message xTool on Facebook, xTool support, or you can send an email to support@xtool.com. Your call. Happy to help. Hey guys, I can't say that I hate it, but I can't say that I'm super happy with it either. So this is why we're doing these things. We'll show these things to you, right? So definitely could have made it a lot smaller, for sure. So we'll let it finish. Not enough iced coffee in this world, guys. It's been a very, 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 very long last week here. So my caffeine intake is probably a lot higher than it should have been. BLG729, you pulled the trigger. Yay! Make sure you scan that QR code if you haven't already. That's awesome. I'm so glad. What'd you do? The dual? And or the versatile bundle? Tom, I'm not doing lenticular tonight. Timing is part of it. Honestly, I'm absolutely exhausted. And I'm still in the process of kind of testing and trying to figure all that stuff out. I did pull out a lenticular card here had I gotten it before I had started, but I haven't as of yet. I was playing with it in studio. The problem is I need to get the right image sequence for what I want to do. But of course, we got to make sure that those images, that they're all, shots, all essentially of like the same background without any movement, the multiple frames and stuff to make it actually work and work right. So, I have not done it yet. That was my intent to try to do today, but I got wrapped up with helping, my customers. So, I can't say one way or another yet. I don't have dead confirmation to it yet, guys, so don't shoot the messenger if I am wrong. There is a chance that I will be back tomorrow night for one final hoorah on this for a hot minute. There is a chance. It's not confirmed, so just saying chance, okay? Actually, I'll send a message right now to find out. So, message sent. We'll find out. Like I said, it's a chance. So if that's the case, I will definitely try to do my best to figure out the lenticulars and stuff. If it's not on an xTool official live, I will probably go live on my own accord at some point to kind of go over the process and share it with you guys and all that stuff. So key to fluorescence are the dual only. Okay. Casey Schaefer, ordered yours last night. Awesome. Was it off of my live stream? I think you were here last night. I think the name looks a little bit familiar. Elizabeth Perry, Forge and Thread Supply Company. Forge and Thread Supply Company. Like metal forge and like sewing thread. Forge and Thread Supply Company. All right, guys. Use case. So, number one, I don't hate it. I don't love it. All right. Definitely could have went a fair bit smaller, for sure. I was at 2¼ wide on this. My next time that I would do this, if and when that I do this, I probably would take it down to like, I don't know, maybe 1.5 at maximum. So yes, we do have some kind of ghosting, overspray, stuff like that. To be expected. Again, we are pushing the limitations of what we are capable of in terms of curved surfaces, guys. So I would really truthfully say, safety's sake, probably 1.5 inches. So we were at 2¼ here. So probably 1.5 inches on the 1.75? 1.5. 1.5. Okay. So capable. We'll do it. We'll print to the wine bottles. No problem. Again, got to set your stuff appropriately. So, like I said, I don't hate it. Obviously, I'm not selling it to a customer. It's for the household customer. So, that's not really worried about that right now. But yes, we'll do it. All right. Yes, and while you guys are at it, give me a like on Facebook too. It'd be great. Wanted to order it very badly, not able to buy from Singapore yet. The rest of the world is coming. So just stay tuned. Honestly, all the updates will continue, guys. So, Tommy, to answer your question, so as of right now, Bev is not scheduled for another. I don't know if I'm going to have another tomorrow night. There was a possibility of it, but I didn't get any confirmation to that as of yet. You could find that stuff. It would be posted on like xTool's Facebook page, xTool's YouTube. If it's scheduled, it would pop up there. So, yes, Tay definitely looks good. Other than that overspray, like I said, I think I ran that at 2¼ I would say like 1.5 at that radius on a 1.5. That's probably gonna be your max out. I would say 1.5. So, okay. Let's see. What time is it? It's 11:17. I give you guys a tiny bit more time. What else do we want to do? I got all kinds of stuff laying around here. I'm not confident to do the lenticular yet, guys. I want to trial that before I actually do it. I don't want to go trial by fire like I just did with the wine bottle there and then disappoint you guys for a second time. So that's not my MO. Let's do a phone case. Why not? We haven't done one of these yet, so we'll do a phone case. All right. iPhone 17 Pro Max. All right. I'm gonna pull my fixtures out of there. Alan, if you're with us, fixtures. I know you scolded me for that. Not jigs, they're fixtures. So, alrighty. Let me see here. Let's get this plastic off of here. Where are we at? Hang on, guys. Clear plastic on a clear case. What could go wrong? Okay. Stick that in there. Okay. This will be the last thing we do tonight, guys. We'll do the phone case, be the last thing. All right. Let's get a fresh scan. All right, while I was doing this, for those of you guys that have been with me for the last 2 nights and or even just tonight, let me know in the comments, what was the favorite thing that you guys had seen? What are you most excited about for the Omni? And with that said, also, if you do have other xTool machines, how do you feel that you can integrate the Omni in your workflow? Let us know in the commentary. Fire it off, guys. Love seeing ideas bounce off. Let's see it. The wine bottle did go better than I thought, for sure. Like I said, I'm not disappointed in it. I just, again, we're trying to work out the limitations, right? So a little bit of overspray. Like I said, that was shot at 2.25. So I would take it down to probably an 1.5 max, and really, I think at 1.5 it should be perfect, honestly. So. All right. What if I want to print a team name on an ice hockey puck that will be used in a game? Would I use flexible or rigid weight things? Given the fact that the puck will probably be slap shot about 100,000 times, I would want to use flexible just because of the chance for recoil and stuff like that. Can you do a batch of phone cases? Yes, you can shove a batch of phone cases on there if you want to. I'm just doing a single one right now. Let me redo. Tell you what, I'm going to put on a smaller plate just because it is a smaller item, guys. Probably just bad positioning on my part, so. Again, incredibly tired. Most of the time, you can use a large plate, no problem, but all intents and purposes, just pop small plate in, phone case on it, pop it right back in. All right, mini base plate. Switch into it, send that back to get a scan. Okay. Cool. Great job, Richard. It's all educational. I'm sure the info will be useful. Absolutely. That's what we're here for, guys. We are here to test and do, and of course, provide insight on these machines, show everything that we possibly can for you guys. Did we do any prints on 3D printed products tonight? Tonight, no, but I did yesterday. So PLA Basic right here. And this is on the texture side from the build plate, no problem. 2 layers each, did perfect. So for those of you guys that may have joined us late, we will show this again. This was my favorite thing that I did today. My handy dandy. Whoop. Pepsi can in fluorescent. The camera will focus. There you go. See? Isn't that so cool? That's nuts. Wife wasn't happy I took her last Pepsi she had for the night. So that's got xTool all over it, guys. Super cool stuff. So set this back over here. Turn the light back on. That way you guys can see. If I leave that off too long, I might be falling asleep. Alrighty. Cool. All right. Hey, before we go on that here, let's see. So yesterday's live demo somewhere, if I wanted to rewatch this, where I can find it, youtube.com on xTool's page. You can definitely go back and watch any of the prior lives. You can see you see mine from the night, mine from yesterday, and or maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I don't have that confirmation on that yet. Bev Pennington, she had 3 nights prior to me. They're all there. So you can find them all on xTool's YouTube and on their Facebook page. So see, Larry, I got a P3. Can't wait to see what I can do to incorporate with the Omni. Amazing. Mary, I'm excited for the print and cut options as well as adding color to my workflow. I also love smart masking feature. We're going to do it right now for smart masking. Let's see. Imprint on crystals, but doing a puzzle is something I did not think of. Yup. We did it. FYI, rich hockey pucks are frozen before a game. Wow, you learn something new every single day. I probably would still use Flex. I'm envisioning textured ornaments, keychains, magnets. Can you see Santa with a textured beard and hat? I mean, given the texture that I got on this whiskey bottle earlier, just messing around, I would definitely say so. I mean, look at that. And that was, like, this is a totally cheated texture build. If you were going for a full-fledged texture build, yeah, I wouldn't see why not. So, again, for a complete cheat on this, it's beautiful. So, I wouldn't say no. I like the integration of the P3 with the Omni to cut. Yes, and it's going to be even better once the automated print and cut workflow is done. How many plates does the machine show up with? 2. So you do get the mini base plate, which we have in there with the phone case right now, and then you do get the larger base plate as well. So, yes, you can also find it on my YouTube. It will also be posted there as well if you go and subscribe. Yep. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. Cool, yeah. All right, let's do some smart masking. So let's get back into a studio. Ding, ding, ding. Let's make that bigger. Bigger. Let's get rid of the graphic here for a second for you guys. Drop the chat out. Okie dokie. So, that's what we do. Get rid of text. Here's our working area. It's what we're working with, right? Now, we're going to go to Smart Mask. Smart Mask is going to go ahead and identify what we got. So let's give it a moment. And we're going to rerun that extract. And let's get a bigger brush size here. So, guys, this is a translucent case. So, tell you what, I'm going to shove a piece of paper under it and just rerun that for all intents and purposes of time. So, let me get a piece of paper. That will help us exponentially. So this is how you learn. I had a good smart mask on one the other day, but go ahead and hopefully my cheat works. I did this with something else that was clear the other day. Gotta be intuitive, guys. All right, while that's running, we'll let that do its thing. Back to the commentary. Let's see. The whiskey graphic was created via AI. No, I did not create it via AI. I actually got it off of somebody else to utilize. I can't say that it was AI one way or another. No indication. Okay. I thought there definitely was a question. I totally missed it. I'm trying to scroll back up here for you guys while this is doing its thing. Oh, Jessica, do I have an apparel printer? Yes, I do have a apparel printer for sure. If you have any questions on it, I'd be more than happy to answer this for you off to the side. Do I think the Omni would survive transport to markets? I would not see why not. It is indeed 90 pounds. So, you know, definitely safely 2 people to move it there for sure. All right, let's see if I can get a good mask on this now. You're failing me. Come on. Guys, I am in a test version of Studio. All right, so cancel this and start back over. Let's go away. Marks. So let's see here if I can get this to do what I want. Extraction. This worked so beautifully. There we go. I was gonna say this worked so beautifully the other day. No problem. All right, guys. There we go. We are masked in there. So, all right. Now I'm gonna go. Let's bring in a picture. Let's do. Yeah, we'll take this one. Why not? Okay. So you can see it's gonna force it to mask. I'm gonna pull it off here. That way I can do what I want to do with it. Okay. So we are going to we're going to rotate that to -90. We'll make an adjustment there, and then of course you can size it appropriately to where you want to go. So we'll say let's go with 9. Now, what's really cool about this is that it actually will literally, essentially kind of show you almost exactly where you're going to be with what you're doing, so on and so forth. I do venture to say that I'm going to get some spray on my paper. I'm okay with that for what I am doing, okay? So, and of course, you can make whatever changes, manipulations, whatever that you want, okay? And we're going to come over here. Again, I'm not putting a ton of time into fixing the masking. I'm just working with what I got here. I'm going to let it color the paper. It's no big deal. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to do one white layer, and we're going to do one color layer. And I'm actually going to allow this to run a varnish layer also, guys. I'm going to change my white to flex just because it is a phone case. I want my varnish to come in as a gloss. So we're going to follow the recommended 3, 1, and 6, okay? So that's what I want to go with. I'm going to go to process. Now remember, we got varnish in this one, so it's going to be a slightly extended time. That's okay. This will be the last project that we do tonight, okay? So 3942, I'm going to print, and this is it. This will be the last one that we do tonight, guys. Last one. So, gonna let that one rock and roll. This is your last shot at all Q&A. Last shot, all Q&A. Last shot to enter the giveaway. Last shot for anything. You guys got me for 30 minutes. 30 minutes. So, this is it. Fire them off, guys. And if you are ready to order the Omni, now's the time. Because the number one, it's going to ship in order of final payment received. So in order of your order. Okay, so the longer you wait, the longer you are going to wait. Okay. And then secondly, of course, the launch pricing. It's not going to last forever, guys. So definitely, want to take advantage of that while it is early. Okay. So back up in, let's see. Anything on bidirectional printing, it is coming. I think my favorite will be the Omni. Love P2S for the power and the ability to cut clear acrylic. Ugh. Also have the Ultra UV and the F1 Ultra. Awesome. That's great. Good to hear that. All right. Awesome. 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 Yeah, we've already addressed the hockey puck situation multiple times. I would probably personally use flexible. Please, can you help me since I am exporting the machine to another country? The warehouse is zero tax, and I was advised to present this Florida certificate of forwarding agent. Where can I upload it? Go ahead and place your order, and then I would take and I would email that over to support@xtool.com, and they should be able to help you out from there. Can stained glass effect be possibly done on crystal ball for a light show effect? That is a great question. I mean, yes, there are limitations to curved surfaces, so I'm gonna probably say no, based on what we just did on the wine bottle tonight. But I mean, test it. and we're testing all kinds of stuff. That's what we do. We're all makers, guys. So, yes, 90 pounds. It is a biggins. It does not look that heavy. That is correct. I can tell you, I carried the box. Since I just ordered a printer, what software will I be using if it's only in a demo mode? So you will be using xTool Studio. By the time that the printer does arrive to you, it will be this version that will have the Omni in it will be available. No problem. We're just starting to print now, guys. Okay. Yes, you can double mask. I just wasn't putting the time into it. I'll just let it drop it down to the paper. It's not going to hurt anything. Appreciate the tips of perseverance. Thank you. Really appreciate the commentary, guys. Now that I'm on the journey, my stream is not flooded with DTF, this and that. I like the xTool. How does it compare to XTRAMAKER, if you can comment? If you're referring to the apparel printer, I'm going to tell you right now, the apparel printer is by far the pinnacle of the narrow body machines. Okay? Totally worth its weight in gold. Absolutely love it. I think it's an amazing piece of equipment. I love the fact that you can walk away from the machine. I've left mine for 17 days, no problem. Come back, run one cleaning, we're ready to rock and roll again. So, definitely worth looking into for sure. Printing on acrylic for backgrounds, worth the time to do it? Yes. I can't give you commentary on that specific brand. All I can tell you is that I can speak on behalf of xTools, but based upon my experience in being in this world and doing these things and operating these machines, I think the xTool is definitely the pinnacle for what's out there of the narrow bodies right now. You'd be going wrong elsewhere, in my opinion. So. It would be great if xTool could do sturdy, reusable packaging for transport. The packaging is honestly pretty good and reusable. I mean, these machines are probably packed better than some things that are out there for sure. So, you can definitely reuse them. I mean, they actually even leave a note on the box to retain for future use, stuff like that. So, is there any way to see where you are on the delivery list? No, there is not. Kadisha, if you need any additional information on that, please reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to answer any and all questions for you. And or of course, you can book a live demo, a one-on-one demo. They're free. Pre-sales, guys. Pre-sales product demos. If you've already bought them, pre-sales. Okay. So, because I've had some people that have booked on the Omni, they're pre-sales. All right. So Kadisha, you can do that. So xTool.com, hover over local support, you'll see free pre-sale product demo. You can go there. Okay. You can pick and choose from any host that you want in the list if you want someone locally, nationally, wherever you want to go. Totally up to you. Doesn't matter. Feel free to use anybody that's out there. They'd be more than happy to do a demo for you and guide you along the way for making your purchasing decision. So there's plenty of really, really, really good resources out there, all the way from the pro hubs down to the demo rooms. But other than that, more than happy to help you. So. Nice white laydown on the phone case right now, guys. I think my smart masking might have got me there just a tiny bit. That's okay. You can do live demos paid post sale, correct? If they're paid, you can definitely book skills training as well. Same portal, same place. So skills training, you can absolutely do that. And that's where, that is your session, your questions, your time. We can walk you guys through everything. Jackie, no, I don't believe so. Blueman37, can you use this printer with the S1 laser machine? You can use this printer with any of the laser machines. As far as the automated print and cut workflows, the S1 is probably not one of them because, the registration marks. However, you can set yourself up manual print cut workflows, give yourself a crosshair, to reference off of in a couple places on there. That way, when you're setting up your S1, you could take and put your crosshairs to set, your kind of locator areas, and then you could do your cutting through there. Elizabeth, I spent over 30 minutes asking chat how to choose a machine yesterday. It was very frustrating. I lost the light between my question and the answer, like over 5 minutes. Elizabeth, totally, again, like I said, please, you're more than welcome to reach out to myself or really any of the xTool folks out there. We'd be more than happy to help you guys out, for sure. Working on my retirement planning after I'm done teaching. Awesome. Well, if you want to save some money, now's the time. So, I plan to use my other brain lasers for print and cut workflows through Lightburn. Again, totally up to you. Your prerogative, but you can give yourself some registration marks and go from there. That's what I did, showing a manual flow tonight. I purposely, well, one, we don't have it active in the test yet, but two, purposely show that to show that you can do it on your lasers. So, how big is the xTool apparel printer? You need about 5 feet of total width for clearance, just to get good access to your side access doors and all that stuff. But the actual unit itself, I believe you're about 42-ish inches wide or so, give or take, if I recalling correctly. Overall, that's about what you need. Great machine, narrow body. It doesn't stick too far off the wall whatsoever. Definitely worth it. Daimler Quell, again, you could reach me on Facebook, either at my name, any of the Omni Printer groups, the apparel printer groups, or Forge and Thread Supply Company, your choice. So player's choice. So take a screen cap picture, whatever. If you find me on Facebook, there's 2 Rich Giannicores that'll pop up. Myself will be a profile picture of myself and my daughter. So that's how you can reach me. I sure will reach out to you. It would have been a much better experience, Rock. Absolutely, Elizabeth. Happy to help. Boulder Flex is highly recommended accessory fire stop formula, aka fire extinguisher. Jackie, no problem. Warranty purchase 1 or 2. What do you recommend? If you're looking at the xTool Care Plan, if there's a 2-year option on there, highly recommend that, especially if you're going to be new to the segment with the machinery. Gives you the accidental damage claims, the peace of mind, all that stuff. I like to call the xTool Care Plan the bumper-to-bumper warranty without wear and tear coverage. Guys, getting a nice, beautiful color laydown right now, looking really, really, really good. It's gonna be really cool. Awesome, Kadisha. Just make sure you scan that QR code for sure. Make sure that you do enter for the UV ink set. So, all right, guys. While that is going, let's see. Is it able to use TPU film with this printer to do embossing effects? It's a great question. It is absolutely a great question. Wonder if they would consider a head crash and accidental damage. If it's done accidentally and not intentionally, yes. Have had that happen. I've seen that. So, all right, guys, while this is running, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to run through some other things here with you guys. So, a couple cool things here to keep in mind. So, number 1, all right, let's talk about the innovations here. All right, so in this machine, specifically in the UVDT, all right, you're going to have that DTG and embroidery sync mode with the SE1 when that comes to market. So that's xTool's announced embroidery machine, which would kind of surprised all of us on Wednesday. Side note, if you guys lose my audio for a moment, my mic is almost dead. I have another one to grab just in case. So that's how that will happen there. Pixel scan precision, so that talks about the scanning camera on the Omni itself. So as you can see, it is obviously very, very, very accurate. We've modeled that between, use case in the Omni for printing, and we did a manual print and cut workflow in the P3, mainly relying on alignment out of the bed camera, and I made a very minute, tiny adjustment with the close shot camera. And that was probably just because of my own OCD. I'm sure it would have been perfectly fine. So again, cross-device synergy, so that's where your print and cut workflows are going to be coming in. Guys, you're going to have a laminator and roll feeder as well, capabilities with the Omni. So lots of cool stuff coming there. 3D rotary preview, that's probably one of my favorite things. I know we didn't do a tumbler tonight. We did do it last night, but we're able to do previews of wraps and, all that stuff. So that's all built in there. Vacation mode, this is where the machine's going to run its smart cycle and whiting circulation and all that stuff. Whiting stirring and keeping the print heads moisturized and clean, those nozzles purged and all that mess. So vacation mode right now, the official call is up to 2 weeks on that. And then, of course, we talk about the AI creation features and all these are all things that are all built into the software there for you guys to be able to take advantage of all the features and what, the Omni can do for you and or also any of your other lasers and all that mess, guys. So definitely is worth, checking into all those features. So here we go. We talk about the whiting circulation and the whiting stirring system, as well as the hydration for your guys' heads. This is the literal most important thing possible. And all this technology comes over from the apparel printer as well. And is expanded upon. So we still have that whiting circulation, that whiting stirring, that whiting filtration. We have the hydration system for your heads, keeping your nozzles clean, free, and clear, and ready to rock and roll. Okay, so totally capable. Let's talk about use case on the apparel printer, guys. I'm sure we'll see this graphic here for the Omni come next year. So the apparel printer has been out for just a fuzz over a year at this point. So you guys can probably recognize Bev there on the top right, and some of our other users that are out there. And the apparel printer right now has over, we'll say at this point, probably over 198,000 hours worth of actual operable use time. Based upon total machine actual runtime. I know through ours, we got tens of thousands of feet of film through it, and it has been absolutely amazing. We love it. It is a fantastic machine. So very highly recommended. My favorite thing is that I can literally leave it for a while and not have to worry about it just because we do travel a lot here. So the max I've left it 17 days. I come back, did 1 or 2 deep cleans on it. We were ready to rock and roll again. It was amazing, guys. Show you some printing differences here. So see a original image and then the output, what we were getting out of the Omni itself. And then also the next output out of another popular UV printer, brand unnamed. Okay. So also lots and lots of questions that do surround about DTF versus DTG. So this is a graphic here that was put together to kind of help understand this and break this down for you guys. And if you guys are still up in the air on this, take a picture of it. It's probably one of the most important things out there to help you make a decision. So let's talk about direct-to-film printing first. So the right side column. So it's going to be the apparel printer. Okay. So, of course, it's going to be done in a heat transfer. It is a film transfer, so you are printing literally direct to film. You are then powdering it with the TPU powder, okay? And then you are then curing it, and then you have a cure transfer that's ready to go, okay? You are then transferring that transfer via heat and high pressure to, any and all fibers, fabrics, natural, synthetic, stuff like that. Now, they do make a note here on design complexity that small details may lose adhesion. A lot of this depends upon your press quality and your process and how you do things. We do a lot of designs that have a lot of very intricate details here, and we do operate with a twin shuttle hydraulic press. We do not lose those small details. So again, it's all in your prep and finishing, okay? Color vibrancy, definitely more vibrant in the DTF world. All right, design feel, they say plastic feel. I somewhat disagree with that just because, again, it is all in your pressing process and how you finish off your stuff. So we finish everything with a natural duck canvas. And then, of course, our press gives 2,000 pounds of pressure. So we're actually really pushing those pigments deep into the fibers. So yes, do we still get a little bit of that feel? Yes, but not what you would expect. So most of our transfers, when they are done, they are soft. Okay. Durability, they're saying for DTF 50 to 100 washes. I have items that I have stress tested with over 200 washes at this point that the transfers themselves that are on the garments are only just starting to finally break down. All right. But expected use case is 50 to 100 washes. All right. Direct to garments. This is going to be your UV and DT model. Okay. So that's going to be just inkjet printing direct to your garment. They say crisper details and better gradients. I would need to visually see that. So, material compatibility, obviously cotton and its blends. So a little bit of limitations there, okay? You're not going to get all that vibrancy that you're going to get out of DTF, guys. Obviously, will be softer because you are printing direct to the garment, okay? And as they say, expected durability use cases 30 to 50 washes, all right? And last but not least, I just want to touch on this for you guys. So we do have the xTool Squad program. All right. So you have thousands of service hubs and demo rooms across the world. You have plenty of people here stateside for sure. So lots of great assets, lots of great people out there, lots of great mentors for sure. So you have, of course, in the United States, you have your pro hubs. Okay. Those are pretty much almost your guys' do alls. All right. Then you have your service stations. So they're your demo rooms and your service stations also. And then you have your regular demo rooms. Okay. So those are, end users that are using the equipment. They're out there to do, pre-sales product demos and, light setup services, stuff like that. All tied together. Everybody works together great and cohesively. Everybody, is here to support you guys as the customer at the end of the day. If you are a xTool owner, okay, and you have not heard about this program, or if you have interest in this program and you want to take part in it, please reach out to me. I would be more than happy to point you in the right direction. It is an amazing program, and you meet lots and lots of great people along the way, for sure. So, definitely, if you have any interest in it, please reach out to me, okay? So, that off of there one more time. If you guys have not entered in yet on the UV ink set, go ahead and smack that QR code there. Again, you can enter as many times as you want. Doesn't matter to me. Okay. So, okie dokie. Double checking back in the comments here while we are running. Okay. My apologies, asked and answer. Will xTool offer DCG pre-treatment spray? I do venture that they will offer their own, yes. I broke a press apparently with too much pressure. Apparently broke bearing, so annoyed it was supposed to be a mega press. I rely on a dual shuttle hydraulics, so I like to call it the rotator cuff saver 5000. I just let it do its own thing. That puts down 2,000 pounds of pressure. It's nuts. It's nuts. You print on a film that's sticky, you put it through the laminator and apply beef. Yes, that is correct. In there, guys. Almost done. I think we're laying down resin layers now. Even though my smart masking robbed me of like an 1/8 inch just because I didn't want to put the time into it. I don't care. I'll probably still use it. It's really cool. If you guys haven't figured it out over the last couple of nights, I am a total Disney fanatic. My kids love it. I love it. We really have a great time there. Any other questions, guys? Final Q&A. Your time. It is your time. Looks like we are getting resin down, guys. Audrey, I never wanted something so bad like I want this. Now's the time. Go ahead and get it. Hey, take your email, scan that QR code first and make sure that you do put that there, okay? It gives you the chance to win the batch of the UV inks. Launch pricing is amazing, guys, right now, so definitely take advantage of it. This one-time thing, it will never be there again. If history repeats itself, you will not see launch pricing again. Okay? Does xTool have a heat press? Yes, xTool has a couple heat presses. So they have what they call the HP2, which is their like automated heat press with like minimal features and stuff. It has some adjustable pressure and stuff like that. It's pretty fairly decent. And then also too, you do have the new Wonder Press. The Wonder Press is it just got done with its Kickstarter, starting to get shipped out there. Looks like a pretty good unit. Some of the beta testers that were out there did some some filming and stuff on it and provided a lot of feedback and whatnot. A great person on that to ask a lot of those questions would be Bev. Bev, I think, had 2 or 3 nights of Wonder Press here with us as well. Did absolutely fantastic. But it looks like a pretty promising unit, I would say, especially with the vacuum forming and all that stuff and the craft oven module. I'd say it's pretty decent. Rail against the worm, no problem. How do you do this night after night? I am falling asleep and will probably catch you in the morning when the alarm goes off. All right, I'm gonna head out. No, I'm kidding. Hey man, you gotta go to bed. Go to bed. You gotta do what you gotta do. I'm almost done. As soon as this is over, that's it. I'm heading to bed too. This is launch week is fun, guys. We're here to do this all for you. I'll be the first person to tell you right now. I am very tired. However, we are here to make this process as easy and as effortless as possible for you guys. So that's what we're here for. Mary Bove, I'm a Disney Pass. Water was too hot to go right now. Yeah, we were there in the middle of June, and it feels like was like 110, 115 every day. It was amazing though. We had a great time. It was hot though. So if you get a Machine and Deluxe bundle, you get an extra set of inks, right? So you actually will get your entire first set of inks with the machine, no matter which variant that you purchase. Okay, and they are full. They're not samples. They're full, guys. Versatile bundle in any of the variants is the way to go, though. So that will give you the machine, the mini base plate, the large base plate, the OR1, the rotary, the smart rotary for it, the roll feeder, and the laminator. Okay. But yes, definitely comes with a full set of inks, guys. Price point you aware? Which one? Single, dual, UV, DT? What do you want to see? Be happy to tell you. But I want to see. Yeah, me too. We're definitely in the resin stage. I can see we are glossing up now, looking really good. Recommendations on a dehumidifier. I'm in Florida. Well, in our shop, even though we're up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, we are running a humidifier and a dehumidifier. They do combat each other sometimes. But the dehumidifier that I got is good for up to 4,000 square foot. So it's about 10 times our shop space. And the reason why we have it like that is because sometimes we do have to open our door. And if it's like super humid, it like just changes the dynamic of the entire environment in here really quickly. So, and then my humidifier is sized for at least 6 times the space in here just because of all the printing machinery and stuff that we're all working. So, really depends. Okay. I appreciate you being up late as it's afternoon in New Zealand. Oh, all right. Awesome. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Is ink expensive? Audrey, I think that's going to be a little bit subjective to your use case. I wouldn't say that it is overly expensive. I think it's very reasonable for what it is, and given how economical that the use of the inks are in the machine. It's because him and I don't sleep really. Facts. What is sleep? We don't know what sleep is. Because what'll happen is I'll get done here, right? And then we'll go and get ready for bed, and I'll sit there and start doom scrolling Facebook and answering all your guys' messages and stuff. And then I look down, and next thing you know, it's 2 or 3 a.m., and it's like, oh crap, I need to go to sleep for a couple hours, and then we get up tomorrow at 5:15 and do it all over again, guys. Price point for the Wonder Press. The Wonder Press starts at $3.99 for the standalone, which I think is really fairly priced for what it is. Can I talk about the size of the work surface needed for the Omni with the laminator minimum? I'll actually tell you because you would need to use the machine with the doors open. So you're definitely looking at, I mean, my door's hanging down in the front here. This is not the best case scenario. This is just how I have it right now because I have other work going on with stuff staged behind here. With the doors down front and back, you're looking at 44 inches in overall depth for sure at minimum. And then, of course, your overall height and width of the machine, it really doesn't necessarily matter for what you're asking there, but about 44 inches with the doors. All right. That's why I don't do social media. I hate to say it, my entire life and business and all this, and it's all built on social media. But we're here for you guys, and by technical right, YouTube is social media. Hint, hint. Yeah, Sandy, that is correct. So, like I said, with your doors in a full flat, on a table or whatever, front to back, you're about 44 inches in total overall depth. We're getting there, guys. We're almost done. Last project of the night. I think we set a record for an xTool live. The only thing that I'm bummed about is the fact that there's not a MagSafe ring in this case, because I Hang on, guys. Trying to get the other camera back online. Mic's dying. Camera's dying. Everything's dying. Hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. We're trying. We're trying. Uh-oh. Hey, we got a camera back. Look at that. See? No? Oh, crap. No, he didn't. All right. We're just going to rely on the laptop camera here, guys. Oh, nope. Hey, there it is. Look at that. Daimler Quell, this particular case, you got to remember, I got resin going down on it in the gloss finish, so was looking at, I believe the total on it was, it said 39 minutes. Like I said, there's about a 10% margin error on that, so probably 30, 28 to 30 in max. So we're definitely on the resin layer right now. Starting to gloss up really nice. Yes, I outlasted the mic. And we went to mic number 2, guys. Oh no. Thanks for the marathon session. Yeah, it's a marathon, guys. As I say, I think this is a total record here. That's okay. I enjoy doing it with you guys. As an empty nester, I say take over the kids' room. You know, the kids take over my house right now. Temp and moisture are important, yes. So we are ambiently in here about 70 degrees on static for ambient air temperature, and relative humidity. We try to stay right at about 45%, 45, 50, give or take. We seem to be really good for everything in here working together. What printed material you're most impressed with so far? I don't know. Any of it? Really, honestly, any of it. I think my favorite thing, and just because it's maybe because I'm really just in, like more in like the modern wall art and all that stuff, is just the textured canvas. The textured canvas is just utterly amazing, guys. I know I didn't close this or do a close up on this one earlier, but you look at this here, all right. And to you guys on the camera, you know, it may look relatively flat to you. You guys don't realize this, but you know, you could feel every detail in this. You know, I even all the way down to like the indentation in my daughter's elbow. I could feel that right there. You know, her face, hair, dresses. You know, this was done as a texture build on this canvas. Okay, and this was the very first project that I ran on the Omni because I really wanted to push some limitations there for working area, for a more pronounced texture build, you know, and just see about, you know, coloring and stuff. And this is honestly was probably my favorite thing that I've done so far. But we love modern, you know, photo wall art. Photo canvases are huge for us, so you know, definitely my favorite thing. Take your left thumb and tap that like. Tap that like, tap that love button if you're on Facebook. Share it around for awareness, guys. We greatly appreciate it. Susie, I won't be able to do that because I got the UVD tip. Sure you can. Sure you can. You'll be using up, you know, you'll be using your regular whiting channel. Did your wife ever find a sesame seed to print on? No. I don't think that she actually went and looked. As soon as I got the WTF and then the crying laughing emoji about 100 times, I think she figured out what I was trying to do. So maybe maybe for a future, guys. Ooh, that's really glossing up really nice now. Was that print a result of many layers? Yeah, so I purposely sent, or I purposely took the texture build. So there's a default in the program that you can work with, and then you can actually bump it up if you choose to. So I did. That photo canvas in total with that complete texture build on there, I think was just like a touch over 2 hours to do that. But I mean that, that was 12 by 16, so you're really pushing the limit of the working area. You get that full texture build in there. Plus that was a very detailed picture for that to essentially analyze and do that higher build that I had asked for. So cost and ink and time to make that canvas picture. I didn't have the cost calculator set at that point, so hard for me to say right this minute. I have to rerun it, but venturing to say with as economical as inks have been on everything else I've done, probably a couple dollars, truthfully. And that might even be pushing it. I'm looking forward to adding my wildlife images on canvas. Awesome. I didn't see the moisture cartridge, maybe the wrong name for sale on the site. Is it a consumable? Yes, it is a consumable item. It will be listed under there, depending on the variant that you're buying. So if it's the UV, okay, so you'll see it'll be under, if you go to materials, hover over the O1, okay, click, and then it'll be, if you scroll down, it'll be in there as UV, I think UV ink moisturizer plus waste tank is, I believe, what the item is there. If you have the DT variant, then you need the DT variant for the other ink channels, or the other head, I should say. You may not see it at checkout. So again, come out of your cart, okay? Go to the top of the page, hover over material, and then go and hover over O1, click, and then you'll see like the UV ink listings and all that stuff. And then if you scroll down, it should pop up in towards the bottom. You'll see there's two different kits there. There's like the UV maintenance kit and then the DT maintenance kit. Yeah, buddy, you might need to refresh there. Either that or I might just be a little bit louder on this one because I don't have the buffer on it. I just grabbed it out of the case. Yeah, you're not going to need one right away, but it won't hurt to have it. Now, in the dual UV, okay, what I can tell you is you'll get 2 of the moisturizing cartridges with it, and then 2 of the waste tanks. Obviously, you're only putting 1 waste tank in the machine, so like I still have an extra waste tank just off to the side right now. I have a list of must-buys after ordering the machine. The machine will have everything that you need right off the bat to get you started. It would not hurt to order yourself an extra set of inks just to have on hand, and or the UV moisturizing liquid and the waste tank. It comes as a maintenance kit, so it wouldn't necessarily hurt. If you're on the dual UV, you're looking at the essential ink set, the expansion ink set, plus that maintenance kit. Did you have to select sections to add layers, or was it a general coverage? Hope that makes sense. The software is capable of being able to analyze that in a general coverage scenario, which is what it did for me. It shouldn't have a drop down. You should be able to click into it. Then you can add it to your cart. If you want to reach out to me as soon as we're done here, I'll answer it for you. Because this is should be coming off here very, very, very momentarily. We got a nice, beautiful gloss on it now at this point. So yeah, if you want to reach out to me, I'll be happy to answer you right as soon as we get off of this for sure. What is the shelf life for inks? 1 year. I'm not sure if that shut up was in a good way or a bad way. Friend, I didn't realize you're still alive. Make sure you get some good rest tonight. Hannah, we are literally just about done with this. This is the last project for the night. I'm holding out just to show it to them, and then we're done. We rally again tomorrow. Well, today at this point. It's 12:08. Shipping dates, if you look at the bottom of the product listing there, if you haven't ordered yet, that'll give you the estimated shipping timeline. Right now, we are looking into, I guess, September is what it's looking like right now. Okay, got it. I'll get to you after. All right, guys. Final questions. Last call. Last call. Final questions. All right. Thank you. Thanks for clarifying. I wasn't sure. I can get long-winded at times. Yeah. Right now, it looks like sometime in September. Reichland, again, I don't have dead confirmation yet on tomorrow, whether or not it's xTool sanctioned. Yeah, sanctioned, or if I do it on my own. We'll see. It also depends on how my day goes tomorrow. But as far as what I'm looking at printing, I really want to try lenticulars. I haven't done it yet. I do have a couple customers that I have to service tomorrow, so I don't know what that's going to do for my timing and if I can get to it. But lenticular is one thing that I definitely want to try. I do want to do the stained glass thing. I was going to run it earlier today. I just didn't get to it. I don't know. Just really just trying anything. I know I'm a little bit perplexed on the whole sesame seed thing also. Yes, the Dual does use 2 moisturizing cartridges. Yes. Possibility of having a selective varnish. If you're just saying whether you say toggle the varnish on or off, or if you're talking matte versus gloss, yes. All right, guys, we're done. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, Jesus, bumped you guys. Good lord. Wow. Look at that. Fresh off the Omni. Beautiful gloss finish. I was not expecting it to be that good. That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Great photo clarity. Beautiful gloss. You see that? An artificial light in that's kind of hurting us there, but look at that camera bump. Totally accommodated for. Yeah, that's going on my phone for sure. Guys, amazing. This is some of the things that the Omni can put out. Even something as simple as a phone case, all the way up to some of those other crazy abstracts and stuff that we've been doing. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on this. I'm wow. I mean, hey, I did like this one the other day. This is a matte finish, but the glossing, it's game changing, guys. Absolutely game changing. So, alrighty, that is all, guys. Thank you so much for spending your night with me, and/or if you were here with me last night. I appreciate all the great commentary, action, everything. You guys are absolutely amazing. If you guys have any last-minute questions before you make your purchase and stuff like that, please feel free to reach out. I'm more than happy to help you. If you're still on the fence and you want to do a product demo, there are a handful of us that do have it on our demo room. So again, local support, pre-sale product demo, you can find it. There's a handful of us that have the machine out there. Again, the pre-sales, guys. Pre-sales. If you've already booked or already bought, please don't book them. Pre-sales. Okay. Other than that, though, have a great night, guys. We will catch you guys on the next one. So stay tuned. Again, you can always follow me. For any additional, content updates, videos, stuff like that. And also, lastly, I'm not a content creator. I am a small business owner. I am a end user. I am here to support you guys. So have a great night, guys. See you guys.